Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Curse of Strahd. We are on session 4 now. As you all may have known, we have changed our broadcasting schedule. We will be operating on a bi-weekly basis now. So for those of you who are tuning in for your first time, I hope you stick around. For those of you who got the memo, welcome back. Last session was a fairly short one because we didn't have all of our players available. We had some schedule things going on. But I am happy to say that we are back and we intend to operate for the considerable future. So, with that being said, I want to jump right into things. So, remind me, team, who recorded the journal last session?
I think it was me.
All right, Corvo, would you please give us a recap of what happened in the last session?
All right, let's open the group's journal. And I cannot find it.
So you go to the journal, you go to
Yeah.
under starting scenarios, there's group journal.
Scenarios, group journal.
Right under the starting scenarios folder.
Yeah, it's not here.
Here,
I
I'll
think
help.
I had a problem saving it, but I can recap it like manually by myself.
So I just opened up the group journal for you in case you wanted to check out session 3.
Oh, okay, that was me. I have made a mistake.
No worries.
The party was outside of the native camps after they insisted that we'd leave because we were messing with the mist. Rude. We decided to look for the package of the slimy shopkeeper in a river bend. Hawthorne thought it wasn't worth it, but went with the group's first for golden discount form. Galahad went with the undead Valerian to scout ahead while the rest of us rested in the cart discussing our prophecies. When we reached the river bend, I turned into a snake to taste the smell of the package. Shame we were in a swamp, so everything tasted like, well, you can guess it. Oh god, it tastes so bad. Anyways, I forgot to record the last part of the session, which was we found the body, and it was the courier was basically killed by giant worms, and we fought the worms with almost heavy casualties. Almost. Everybody's alive, but barely. And
I
we have
fell
the
down.
package. Yes, and the worms try to lay eggs on us, inside us.
You know what they say. That's just a grub's life.
Oh,
And we made no adult jokes about it after the session.
No adult
None.
Joe. None were had. None of them.
Not a single one.
Nope.
No tentacle jokes.
So, who would like to volunteer for me for inspiration to record the journal this week?
I'll do it.
Awesome. Shy Guy will record the journal. Excellent. So, having secured this package, Stanimir is ready to cart you all back to the village. You should be arriving there around 4 to 5 p.m. or so if you're looking to head back that way.
It's maybe good
Oh.
to head back and buy some items and get some info. That way we can go the next day to do more stuff.
Yes, though. I am curious about this package.
The one that we can't open, but will give us a discount.
10 gold
I-
discounts.
This,
20, I think.
Just give me a minute, and I'm just gonna sit down on the cart and start ritual casting detect magic.
Oh, while he does that, you mentioned we had time to look at the body that was in the river.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, I didn't. There was a consensus that it was. We don't want to be here very long. Those things aren't gone. I mean, we killed one or two of them, but there's probably more. I was more concerned about. Let's see if we can get an ID on it in case somebody asks Hey, have you seen a guy that looks like a wizard around here?
Wait, you're
The,
talking about the delivery guy.
yeah,
The guy
well,
that
the guy
had
that
the
was in the
package.
water. I was more concerned about like a positive ID than looting the corpse, so to speak. I mean,
Can I just carry the body?
You would you
We
like to
don't wanna do
interact
that.
with the body?
I'm a druid of spores. Dead bodies are the most natural things around.
well, the last time we
Uh,
got close, something came out and tried to eat our face. That's why I was
Yep.
less concerned about touching it.
and I almost
Yes,
died to a parasite.
Hawthorne, if you'll remember, when I took the package, something jumped at my face. I would suggest you don't touch it.
That's why I just wanted to get a good. That's why
Yeah,
I wanted to get
it's
an
empty
arm's
now.
length look from it. I just wanted to get
Hawthorne,
a look at it.
why do you
Okay.
think it's empty?
It may be
Because
prudent to
why
bury or
wouldn't
burn the
something
body.
have jumped?
I think it's halfway in the water.
Hawthorne,
Well,
you don't
things
need to
here.
touch everything.
Man, what's that like classical movie from the 1990s of like the kids poking a washed up corpse with a stick?
Oh, Stand By Me.
Yeah, stand by me.
What movies were you watching?
Listen,
It was a
this is
kid's movie. It was fine.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
sounds
totally
like a
fine.
kid's movie, all right.
No, I just wanted to literally get a better look at it, like an observational look. I didn't want to touch it. I saw what happened last time.
Yeah, studying the
think
body from a
this-
safe distance, Quintero, you notice that the robed individual, if you could even call the rags that this corpse is wearing robes anymore, is fairly desiccated and bloating in spots. Just from a distance, it seems to be in its other hand. It is holding tightly a muddy book. But otherwise, you notice no movement from the corpse, just at a cursory glance. This thing appears to have been eaten quite extensively.
What color Robe's hat, just in case somebody asks?
Dark blue.
Is Sosk around, or is he just at the cart?
You were back guarding the cart, but
Okay.
we can
Got
safely
it.
say that at the sound of fighting, you could have come up if that's what you'd like to do.
It would have probably
Uh,
taken that long to just push his way through all the.
No, Sosk
Weeds.
is gonna stay at the cart until.
Okay.
The sounds of face huggers. From the
Oh God,
distance.
they're in our skin. He's like, I'm gonna stay here.
So right now we've got Sosk and Fenrin at the cart, and everybody else is at the shoreline, as far as I
All
understand.
right. As soon as I jot down just a couple of notes, I'm more than done with this.
Mhm. Okay. Would anybody else like to do anything at the shoreline before the party goes back to the cart?
So the
Have
body's still.
anybody picked the book?
No, nobody's touched the corpse yet.
I want to get the book.
Okay.
I mean,
is there any
if-
particular way that you are extracting the book from this corpse that is sitting near the water's edge?
If I use my spectral bow to shoot at the body, not the book, just to be sure that if nothing moves, then I think it's fine.
Yeah, can you put the spectral bolt in the chat, please, so that I can take
Yeah.
a look?
It's basically a damaging cantrip.
Yeah, makes sense.
Let me just. Did it work? Yeah, I think it did.
It did work. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Do-do-do-do.
the dice
okay.
usually bugs a little bit.
Yeah, with a 16, you smack the corpse with this, and you see it rot just a slight bit more than it was before, and nothing appears to move inside of the wretched hulk of.
So
this
I'm gonna
set
get
of
the
robes.
book and quickly check if it has anything of value because it's not using it.
Okay.
If I had a suggestion, one more thing I would do is maybe poke it with a long stick. If there's a branch nearby.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
If there's a branch nearby, yeah, I would do that. If there isn't, I
There
don't
are
mind.
There's a
plenty
there's a
of-
reason the
Poking
monster's
with
manual
bodies.
sells a
They
10-foot
don't usually
pole.
complain.
There are plenty of branches lying around this area of the river that you could use that would suffice.
Just a thought. My paranoid self.
I'm doing this more because everybody is scared of me doing that.
Well,
Enjoy
after
your
what we
death.
just went through, you really want to tempt fate.
If there was anything left inside of it, it would have jumped already.
Probably, but I have my sword drawn and I'm a few steps behind him.
Okay.
Or at least to the side, so if something does jump out at him, I'm ready to intercept it.
Yeah, you poke this corpse with your long stick, and nothing happens.
I mean, go for it.
Looks
I'm not
like-
going to stop you.
I get the book and I search for something of value really quickly, which
Yeah,
is something that I have a lot of practice.
Very quickly thumb through this book. It appears to be, from your understanding, a muddy spell book. Most of the pages have been rendered unreadable, but very quickly you see that there are 3 entries that appear to be still legible.
You
What does it
tell.
say?
You'll have to study the book on the way back in order to discern what the pages hold.
Doesn't it have like a title
No, there is no title on this.
of the entry? I don't need to study it right.
Most
Now.
spell books, from my experience, are written in either like an archaic language or code of sorts. They won't
Yeah.
just be in common.
Until then, so the body's still in the
it's
river,
in
right?
Shakespearean
It is not
English
in the
then.
river, it is near the river's edge.
Could
like-
I bury it or cremate it? I want to cremate it.
Yeah, you have fire-based cantrips, don't you?
Yeah, I don't have any cantrips, but I have a torch.
It's if you wanted to go around and try to find enough dry kindling to do this, it would take a little bit, but you could certainly find enough to create a small bonfire that would be sufficient to cremate
I'll
the
just
corpse.
look at the others and say,
Can I do this a little faster? If you don't mind.
sorry?
I can help you with that. With getting
Eh,
rid of
yes.
the body.
Thank you.
I make a little prayer to Sylvanas. I deliver you back to nature, and I throw a plague jar, creating a mass of maggots inside over the body to decompose it faster.
Yeah, your jar breaks over this corpse, and the maggots wriggle in and seem to be quite grateful for this meal that you've provided them. As they begin to eat away at the corpse, you figure that they'll have eaten their fill in a couple of hours, and then all that will be left is bones.
Gross, but effective.
Yeah, and it's very recyclable. Very
Oh, man.
recyclable.
Callahan just like looks away in disgust and just digs
It's
a
back
pit.
to nature.
Digs a pit to put the body in it. Respect or not, it's quite unsightly. No wonder
You
those
get used to it.
no wonder those villagers were scared of you.
Yeah, but I know I don't need to.
I know you
Pretend.
don't mean to, but just keep this out of eyesight. My horse is already doing enough psychological damage.
Okay, let's go back to the cart.
All right, you all walk your way back to the cart and meet up with the rest of the
Oh,
party.
and one small thing. I separate a small bit of giant worm meat to give to Sosk.
Oh, gross.
Right, because you had harvested the corpse for the poison before.
Yeah, I had like this small bit of meat, and I like, hey Sosk, brought you a gift. I'm not sure if you want to eat this one. but I got the venom out of it, mostly. I hope.
Maybe eat it just before bed.
Yeah, so Hawthorne gives you this slab of white slimy meat that you can do with as you will, Sosk.
Sosk will take it.
In this case, I won't judge him if he
I
doesn't want
recommend
it.
you cook it though. There's bound to be parasites, and he shudders and like brushes off his armor.
it drips sickly onto the floor of the carriage, and Stanimir looking behind.
Oh, I'd be on Valerian.
No, I'm talking about the meat.
Oh, okay.
The meat just kind of like drips a little bit onto the floor of the carriage, and Stanimir is looking back with like a slightly disgusted face, trying to reserve his feelings, but clearly not succeeding.
So as Finrin's sitting there, weaving his hands, finishing off his ritual cast, he's just gonna. Stovsky, remember the orc? I would suggest you cook that.
Sosk nods.
All right.
This is
So-
for our understanding. Maybe this worm meat has some magical property that we do not know about.
Or what
Just
kind
like
of meat?
cinnamon.
Hawthorne, what sort of meat are you used to eating?
Forgive me for interrupting, but are you all
I usually
ready
help-
to leave?
Yes.
I dare say we are.
All right.
Mhm.
Stanimir cracks the reins, and you begin to make your way back to Barovia.
By the way, has my 10-minute detect magic gone off yet, so I can see if there's anything magical about the package?
Yeah. As you're continuing on, you do finish that ritual, and you notice that there is nothing magical about the items within.
Okay, can I kind of? I'm not sure if it'd be maybe investigation on the package, just kind of
Ah,
determining if there's a way to open it that's tamper-proof.
why
Like,
are you
will
so
it be
interested in
visible?
this packets of goods? You're staring over it like it's some key to everlasting life or something.
Give me 1 second.
Discount.
Once again, I don't plan to tamper with anything. I'm just trying to see what I can find.
All right, so you want to make an investigation check on this package. Is there anything particular you're looking for?
Essentially, how it's closed up. Would it be noticeable if it was opened? Is there a way to get into it without it being obvious that I did so?
I think what's your modifier in your investigation?
It's +5.
Yeah, I think you don't need a roll for this. You can clearly tell that it is a waterproof package. It's sealed at the top with a cinch. It would be fairly easy to open this package and close it back up again without anybody knowing that you entered into it, provided that the contents inside aren't something that is easily transformed by movement or jostling around.
Yeah, something potentially reactive.
Yes.
So I kind of look to the others. Well, I can get into it. Are we curious?
Maybe I can turn to an animal that's very small one that can get inside, like an insect or something like that.
That might be worse than simply opening it. I mean, I can open it. What I'm asking is, do we want to?
I say
There
we
could be a risk.
let us not. Fenrir, I understand your
We don't know if opening it's dangerous.
exactly, and simply we put our bond into
It's
returning this
probably
package to the
drugs.
merchant. Let us not tamper with it. We must fulfill our oath.
I mean,
Like,
I'm curious too, but on the offhand chance opening it is dangerous, opening it inside here might not be a good idea as all.
Fenrir, I can
Yeah.
hold on to it for you so you don't get curious.
No, I'm happy to hold on to it. I don't mean that I'm eager and jumping to get into it. I was curious to know if I could, and I can. That's why I asked for all of your opinions on this.
Benren, you want to see
Is
inside
this
the
thing
box.
magical?
No.
If
Callahan,
this
don't
thing
make
is
such broad
magical,
assumptions.
Broad
It-
assumptions. You seek secrets all the time.
Of course. But I'm not going to open it of my own accord and jeopardize the rest of the party. That's why I brought it to all of you.
Yes, you wanted to.
I want to, yes, but if you all think that that's not what we should do, then we won't.
Then we should not. We gave our oath to the merchant. We should abide by our words. For if our word is not good in this town, then what use is it?
Sir
Imagine-
Callahan, I'm afraid you may have misapprehended. We're not arguing. Okay, we won't open it.
Yes, we shall not. I,
Alright.
one, am looking forward to a bath and good food. I'm exhausted.
I wonder if we'll find either in that village, but
Oh,
I'm
the
very
breakfast
curious
was
to
fine.
how Sosk will react to the meat.
Sosk is not eating it at the moment, as he already ate this morning.
No, we will cook it. You don't try things without cooking first.
Well, some things, yeah.
Sometimes, but part of the thing is Sosk has already eaten, so Sosk doesn't need the food right now. But he will try
Yeah.
it at some point.
Tell me if anything starts to feel numb.
Sosk shrugs.
All right.
Anyways, this mysterious package, the shopkeeper asked us to not tell anybody, so it's clearly something illegal, probably drugs or something forbidden by the lord of this region.
You mean Strahd?
So, no, it me no.
Saying his
course not.
words won't
I
summon
don't
his
know.
wrath. I'm
Never.
sure if he wanted to deal with us, he would have done so already.
So what we can do is, since this thing isn't magical, we can check inside, and if it is illegal, we can turn the shopkeeper in and get the monster on our good side.
Hawthorne, no one likes a snitch. And
Especially
besides, if
one
the law is
that's-
unjust, who cares about the law?
Especially if the villagers would see us turning in one of the only merchants in the area to Strahd, we wouldn't get anywhere with their goodwill. And why would we assist Strahd?
No one likes a snitch.
Because I don't like this shopkeeper. He was an asshole.
Just
Well,
just
Hawthorne, it
don't-
appears you've been outvoted.
once
We just won't
more.
buy from
Okay,
them.
no problem.
Why is everybody so interested
I
in this
didn't.
box?
Sosk has no interest in boxes.
For what? Let us move on. If one more person talks about this box, I am confiscating it until we return it to the merchant.
Sosk snickers about
Okay.
people and silly boxes.
All right. So you trundle along back into the village. As you're getting close, the sun has just begun to hit like the midway point of setting. You find yourselves about here.
Callahan's gonna look over to this building near the bottom. What is who lives in there?
You look over and study it for a minute. You're surprised that you didn't really notice this the night before, but today this building looks to be in a significant amount of disrepair. It seems almost weary looking, squatting behind a rusted iron fence. You can't see properly up and into it, but you can tell that this thing almost looks like it was assaulted from the outside. You can see claw marks raking over quite a lot of its exterior surface. Whether or not those are from something natural, you can't tell from this distance. The grounds themselves are in significant disrepair. Weeds and such have grown all over its sides, but there is a singular lantern light on in the first floor in one of the side rooms, and it looks like the front door, the front set of doors, has been barricaded with small little palisades.
It looks like an
Isn't
old
it-
manor house.
I
The dead,
believe,
the dead
if
people parade.
if I'm not
We should.
mistaken, based on this location and size, it may have been home to the former Burgermeister, which also tells us that Strahd was, of course, lying about his recent death, judging by the state of this repair. Following our dealings with the merchant and some time to rest, I would hazard a guess that there may be some significance within that area.
Also, just a fun little supplement that I found. This is kind of the style of the houses that are
Oh,
present in
cool.
the area.
Ooh, very gothic.
Oh, cool.
These scream
Edgar
haunted
Allan Poe
houses.
would approve.
All right.
Three haunted houses now at Home Depot.
So you trundle back into the main area of the square. Everybody seems to be giving you quite a wide berth as you're trundling in. You can hear soft groans from some of these houses and the sobbing of somebody that you remember hearing similar sobs the night that you came in to this town. And yeah, everybody seems to be looking at you extremely distrustfully as both the wagon and Valerian trot into town. Stanimir brings you about here and then asks you to leave the wagon.
All right. You staying the night or you heading back in the darkness?
Oh, I'll be fine. I'm going to go back to camp. I should reach
All
them
right.
before nightfall.
Safe journey to you.
Thank you.
Sosk drives his wagon right behind, and goes around him.
I think we should investigate the Burgermeister.
Only
House
after we've
sometime.
rested.
It's maybe
Yeah, I
take
don't
a.
want to
We're
be
we're a little
outside at night.
we're a little beat up and low on resources right now.
We do need to prioritize.
Yeah. I don't mean right now.
Several open wounds and walk up there. What's going on?
Oh, God. I do wonder if that lantern was lit in remembrance of the tragedy, or someone yet inhabits that derelict domicile.
Maybe both.
Or someone happened to be inside.
Only time will tell. Preferably after we've eaten. I'm famished. And I like to be the one that can consume something, unlike those horrible beasts. Oh, my goodness.
Well, the good news is we have some of that horrible beast to consume.
Or we can
Yeah.
perhaps it may be some worth to a local alchemist.
First, we have this
Well,
package to deal with.
Yes, of course, the package. Onward then.
Yeah, so you all trundle up into the town square. What was once semi-bustling now has turned into complete abandonment as you saddle up to Bill Draft's Mercantile. The sign still swings warily on its hinges as you approach the entrance.
Is this about the same time that we were there last time, or is that in the morning? I can't remember.
I believe that you checked it out near evening time last
Okay.
night. Yeah, so this is about the same time. Let me throw you on over. And here you are.
Bildrith, where are you?
I don't have a token for him. He's just sitting.
Okay,
in the
he's
front
there.
here. Yeah, I can get one for you.
He's the bowl of fruit.
I just wanted to make sure there were no he's not here shenanigans afoot.
Oh no,
He's probably in the back room.
I gotta find a decent token for this.
Discount Dan, bro.
Just use the horse.
You can't do that to me.
I mean-
we can't do this for a second time.
We've already done it. You did the accent.
I did. I don't want to do
You
it
were
again.
successful before.
There you go. I know. I just don't. That's not who this guy is. Anyways,
We have returned. Package in hand and barely alive.
he gives you a look of mild impressment as he examines you all and your wounds. Some of you looking more worse for wear than others. He says, "Oh, excellent. Good. Put it on the counter."
As Fenrir kind of steps up, he'll just say, and unfortunately, your man didn't make it. He was decomposing by
give
the
a
time we
shit.
got there. Oh, very callous. Who was he?
Some random adventurer, just like you, except clearly much less competent.
Well, there are 5 of us and 1 of him. There used to be 1 of him. If you don't mind us asking, what exactly is so important about this cargo to merit such a large discount on your wares?
He squints his eyes and he's like, "That's for me to know, and you can never find out."
That's fair.
He nods in agreement.
I don't suppose you have any other lost packages on the cliff of a mountainside in the depths of a ravine or a haunted tomb, perhaps?
Maybe another day. For now, I'm just happy that you brought back my merchandise.
And we are more than happily to sample yours, especially with that, was it 10 gold discount?
That's right.
Is that on a single item or multiple items?
That's on a single item.
Ah, then I suppose, and look around to the others, you wouldn't mind showing us some of your more impressive items.
He gives a gesture to the rest of his shop, and he says, "What you see is what you get."
Could I roll an investigation check?
Go for it.
I was gonna say, could I roll insight?
I think that might be more apt, but you can both make a roll, and I can give you both different information.
18.
15.
With your insight check, you feel like Bildrath is being fairly honest with you, Fenrin. And Callahan, your investigation needs you to believe that with just a quick glance with your eyes around everything, almost none of the things in this shop are really worth too much. You get the feeling that it has most adventuring gear in it, but you notice several instances where it's been kept shoddily or not cleaned properly. You can clearly discern that some of the items in this shop were probably taken either through grave robbing or battlefield scrounging, because some of them have combat damage on them or blood. It's cleaned well enough that it doesn't smell, but it's clear that everything in here, except for a few items, are secondhand.
My military / cleaning OCD is starting to go nuts.
Callahan wipes one of the items with some dust and rubs it between his fingers. I see that the trade route is alive and well in Barovia.
Indeed. Now, are you going to buy something? Or are we going to go through the same song and dance that we did last time, where you were here for 20 minutes, badgering me about my prices, and then just left?
Well, it depends. What kind of items would you recommend for newborn travelers in this dangerous realm?
That depends on how much gold you have to spend.
Plenty, especially with that discount of yours.
He raises his eyebrow, and he says, well, I could recommend a few things. I say as I open up the adventuring gear section. Keep in mind, you all could open the same thing. Everything on there is worth the price that it says, except it's times 5. So 5 times normal price.
This is what did you say?
So in the adventuring gear section of the handbook, or whatever source you're using, it's pretty much everything in there is available at 5 times the normal price. So he says, well, with all you traveling around and such, I would probably recommend a set of cobbler's tools for your shoes. Perhaps some hunting traps. Maybe. Can't go wrong with some extra weapons. Perhaps some rope. Do have a good set of silk ropes in the back.
We have plenty of ropes, but that's a good suggestion for the future. Antivirals. Are there many venomous creatures here?
I don't sell that livestock. That's a fool's business.
I was saying for anti-venom in this realm, venomous creatures.
Oh, there are plenty of venomous creatures, so you're not going to find any anti-venom here. If you want something like that, you're going to have to go to a bigwig in Valaki. They're going to have more what you're looking for.
Where is this bigwig? Is it in the same town?
Listen, I don't keep track of the merchants in Valaki because, frankly, they're not part of my normal business. But if you wanted to go there, I'm sure you could track someone down who knows a little bit more about that than me. I just sell normal adventuring gear.
Do you also sell information?
I could be persuaded.
Let's say about the large manor near the south of the village. Did that used to be the Burgermeisters?
He's not saying anything.
How much
He's waiting
gold
for you.
was in that mouth?
He's waiting. What now? I didn't catch that.
Callahan's gonna put a single electrum piece on the counter.
Oh, I see.
He smirks at you. And he doesn't say anything.
And then he also puts down 4 copper.
He scoffs. And he
Sauce.
folds his hands. It's like, who do
Listen.
you take me for?
Someone who does not have the information to warrant a good price.
I have plenty of good information.
Sosk asks the merchant if he knows of any policing authority in the area.
He keeps his mouth shut. He's sitting behind his counter with his arms folded, waiting for a better price.
Could you not give us a sample of information
Sosk
to warrant the cost?
Sosk decides to smile and shows big, sharp teeth.
Okay. Alright, so one of you are either going to make me a persuasion roll or an intimidation roll, and the other one is going to help. Who would like to do it?
I'll make a persuasion.
Okay, so Sask, you're gonna help. So give me a persuasion roll at advantage.
What?
Yeah, he's not buying it. He sits behind his counter and he says, "Barry Wimple, I need you in
People,
the front."
By the gods. And Finner's
What
just
is-
going to step forward
what
and
is
slap
the name of the city
Hang on,
that we
Torgal,
were
Finneran's
going?
Hawthorne, Finneran's going to step forward and slap 3 gold on the counter.
Oh, okay.
He puts up a 2. 2
I'll
fingers.
put down 1 gold piece.
Okay, it looks like he has one more finger up.
Yeah, Finneran's going to elbow Callahan.
But
Come on.
I glare down at Callahan. At the merchant. 2 pieces of information, and I'll put down the other piece of gold.
Yeah, you put down the rest of the information, and at the same time, a very large hulking lad comes stomping down the stairs. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, Uncle. What can I do for you? He says, I just want you to stand here for a minute, buddy. He says, okay. He looks to have many rippling muscles underneath his tunic. And is carrying a longsword on his back.
How big is he?
He's bigger than you.
He's bigger than a 300-pound lizard?
Yeah, he's bigger than you.
I want to have a flex off. Huh?
He's a big corn-fed boy.
Yeah, he's eaten lots of corn. Bildreth looks at the gold and he says, all right, with the discount, that'll get you a little bit of information. So you want to know about the manor, is that right?
Indeed.
So, that is the Burgomaster's mansion. And he recently died a couple days ago. His family has been in mourning, but here's the fun bit. It's been attacked the past couple of nights by what people assume to be the minions of the devil himself.
I wonder what warrants such an assault on what should be one of his subjects, especially considering that. That is interesting.
I'm curious though. You say they've been attacking.
Yeah.
Have they not gotten in?
No, that place is boarded up pretty well.
And this only happens at night.
Seems to be so, yeah.
I turn around to the others and in a whisper, we should be sparing in our questions. We may not know how many we have left.
Sosk wants to start flexing.
I'm gonna roll a quick thing for Bildreth here.
He feels intimidated by the large lad.
Oops, that's not what I want. Yeah, he doesn't seem to notice you're flexing.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
You get his attention, buddy.
Bildreth pockets the 15 gold and crosses his arm again with a satisfied look on his face.
Can Sosk go up to the large lad and talk to him?
You could.
I'd love to.
Yeah, you trundle on up to this guy who's just kind of like standing there. He's got his hands in his tunic.
I'd say, hey, man. No, sorry. Says it looks like you're very powerful there.
Oh, I guess so. And Bildreth says, hey, don't talk to my help.
It says, but...
I can't seem to grab my character.
You might be stuck in a wall. Let me try to fix you.
I'm also stuck at a wall. Not that it matters.
Nah, he's
I
still.
think I'm stuck too.
I can't move him either way.
Oh, that's because I have you
I
guys
just
on
wanted to see
stopped.
the inside of the building.
Well, okay, you're fixed now.
Hooray! I'm fixed. Oh wait,
Uh,
that's bad.
I want to put down. Oh, you said 5 times, right?
Yeah, 5 times the normal gold price.
These prices are insane. And I'll just say that out loud.
Yeah, he doesn't react to you.
Callahan, we've had this discussion before. If you need it, you've got to pay it.
Very good, you're learning. I appreciate that.
I'm guessing
that's
it's a
why
supply and demand issue. It's logistics. This isn't a closed system. I doubt the resupply is very efficient.
Tusk
Callahan will
asks-
put down 15 copper and just say soap and a whetstone.
He goes under the counter for a second, fishes around, and brings you out a bar of soap and a whetstone. The whetstone seems slightly used, but it's in good working condition enough.
Is the soap used?
Hard to
Sosk
discern.
whispers to the guy who is the young lad who's sturdy and says, "You want to have a flex off?"
I have a flex off.
What's that?
Flexing your muscles, bro.
Oh, no, I don't do not unless Uncle Bill Dress says.
Oh, I thought it would be fun.
I think we've exhausted all avenues, personally.
I actually have a question. Do you have do you sell rough maps of the area? Just something I could sketch on.
Oh,
Just of the region. I mean, it doesn't even have to be that accurate. You know, where the rivers are, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I could get you something like that. That'd be 100 gold.
I'm afraid I don't have that much. How about just a couple more sheets of paper?
He looks you up and down. He says, I'll give you
Virus
some
paper, whatever you got.
for 15 gold.
We
What
can
do you
use that-
take us for, Strahd Zarovich? We don't have that kind of money.
We have the 10 gold discount, however.
We used that
No, you
already on
spent that
information.
on some
Oh,
information.
yes. Right.
Wait, was that per person or per
No,
party?
it
all
was
of
just
us.
the party.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
What a
It wasn't a
cheapskate.
good discount.
No, it
But
wasn't.
at least we learned something.
Anyways, yeah, and we have something
I'm happy
from.
to give you some more information if you have the gold to spend for it.
I
I'm sure that your
actually.
purse isn't flush. Being fresh.
I want
I
to whisper
actually-
to the big hulky dude. What do you do for fun around here?
He kind of just looks at you, kind of nervously, and like.
I actually want
Steps
some
back and
information that you
step.
I might be able to pay with collateral.
All right.
You seem like someone who
Oh.
can procure things that might have been from people who doesn't need them anymore. And if you have any information of some places where people are not using their things anymore that could use some repurposing, I could give you a share of something that I might find.
That's an interesting proposition. I'd have to take something as collateral to ensure that you'd come back with those things.
Sauce gives him the beetle that goes invisible.
He does not accept
Well, there-
whatever you're trying to give him.
I think I know what you're gonna.
You know what
bargain
I'm
with.
talking about? The beetle that
Yeah,
The-
he's trying. He's like, could you? I'd like some personal space, please. Just leave me alone.
oh, I'm talking about the merchant.
You're trying to give. Oh, okay, okay. The
He
silver
keeps
beetle.
trying to give the big guy gifts.
Yeah. Okay. You're
Yeah,
talking about the merchant
it's-
now. Understood. So yeah, you walk up to the counter and you're trying to use the silver beetle as collateral.
Yes, sir.
Okay. He's going to appraise the beetle, and he says, "Well, this."
I press a button and it goes invisible, and then I press a button and it doesn't go invisible.
Yeah, yeah. He says, "Oh, that's an interesting little trinket there. Problem is, it's not very liquid." He says,
I say worth collateral.
It's magical.
"It's
Not
worth
everyone
part of collateral."
buys.
Says, but very.
It's
Someone
magical.
told me
No, you
100
know
gold
that
pieces.
it's magical. You know that nobody's gonna buy this every single day, but when you do, it's usually worth a quite penny. There's also the chance that I'm asking for maybe some graveyard tours that might have some interesting
All right. Say no
architecture
more.
for me to check out.
I know what I want to. I know what I
And
want to pitch
there
you,
is a
okay?
chance.
Hey,
Let him
There
speak.
is-
listen, I'm trying to talk to you, and you're trying to talk over me, and it's very rude. It's making me not want to do a deal with you. So could you shut up for 5 seconds? Cool.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
trying.
So this beetle in 10 gold is the collateral, and I will tell you where to find a bunch of dead people. Now, I am not responsible for any dangers that are inside that place, but I would be responsible for 50% of the salvage rights. I'll tell you where it is, and if you decide not to bring back that, I take the beetle and the 10 gold, and that's that. So, sound like a good deal?
Bunch of dead people.
Yeah,
All
sounds
right.
like a good deal.
Excellent. Very good. See how simple that was? So, there's a small, well, I wouldn't say small, there's a 4-story house on the outskirts of the village. People say that it's haunted by these 2 kids. Bildrat here happened to, hear from the last group that they were going to go there, and then they never showed up again. They looked like they were pretty stacked when it came to, stuff that they were bringing in. They were quite disappointed with my stock. But they're probably dead, and I'm still alive. So, if you go to that house, you're likely to find quite a lot of valuables. They were carrying this bag around, too. It had a lot of weird stuff on it. And they were wearing earrings, and it probably fetched quite a pretty penny. I'll let you keep the earrings, provided I get the bag. And 50% of the other
Alright.
salvage.
What do you guys think? I'm making this whole deal, but I'm not going alone.
Sounds like fair deal.
By any chance, is this the Burgermeister house
No,
that you're suggesting?
It's on the northeastern side of
Okay,
of the
because
village.
it
Really hard
wouldn't
to
make any
miss.
sense.
Surrounded by a
Okay.
wrought iron fence. It's got a sign on the outside. Says.
Out of
Durst
curiosity, just as a side note, not as a character thing, how much is Electrum to gold?
Manor. Electrum to gold
it's-
is generally 2 electrum to 1 gold piece.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's half.
Oh crap. Okay, I can cover half the gold expenses.
I'll cover the other half because I haven't really paid for anything yet.
Okay. So that would be 10 Electrum. I'll put 10 Electrum on the counter.
And I'll put 5 gold.
All right, subtract that from your totals. He'll take that
Just
gold
did.
and electrum from you, and also take the beetle. He says, "It's a pleasure doing business. Now, do you want to make any more transactions before you head out of here?"
I think that
Nothing I
should
can
be
fine.
just fine.
All right. He rubs his palms together and he says, "Pleasure doing business with you, lads."
I whisper to the
He's
kid. I
standing
say,
far enough away from you that you cannot easily whisper
Oh.
to him.
I tell him, hey, let's talk about what fun things are to do in the town next time.
So, what did I say about talking to them?
Sorry.
You do that again, and I'm not going to do business with you in the future. Do you understand?
And Sauce just looks sad and says sorry.
I don't need no giant lizards with their big green scales harassing my help. My dear nephew here, who's just trying to do his job. Periwinkle, you can go back and tidy up the shop. He says, "All right, I'll go do that." And he walks back up the stairs. He says, "The rest of you, if we're done doing business, here's the door." And he gestures to the door.
Looks like we have some leads, boys.
Yeah.
First food and rest, then the Burgermeisters.
But Sosk has not made any new friends.
We'll get you some friends, big guy.
Do you guys remember the? Are you saying that we are not Sosk's friends?
He said
I
new
said
friends.
new.
Oh, okay, new
friends.
friends. Okay.
Alright.
By the way, do you guys remember about the first group that came here? Possibly.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the one with the earrings. Yeah.
As you'll walk
Yeah.
out
Yeah,
into
that's
the
what I was
town
thinking.
square, could I have y'all make perception checks for me?
Oh, that's
Sure.
one of my worst skills.
Awesome.
Everyone.
Yeah,
30,
everybody can make one.
Oh, okay.
Hey, my dice bounced off the other one. That was kind of cool. Hey, it's a 10 now. You
Can't
saw
see
it.
my character sheet anymore. Perception, persuasion, survival, investigation, intimidation. Where is perception? Would
It
just
should
be
be alphabetical.
It's the highest P skill.
got it.
All right.
He's sad because no friend.
Unfortunate. All right, as you all walk out, you know, everybody's trying to keep a wide berth from the town square. But you can hear Fenrir. Down the road, you hear the sound of small wooden wheels, squeakily dancing across damp cobblestones. You can hear it kind of closer to this area, and you briefly see a hunched figure bundled in rags pushing a rickety wooden cart through the foggy streets. And both you and Callahan can smell a delicious smell coming from these carts. It smells meaty and savory, and it's a welcome change to the damp, muddy, sometimes even refuse hinted smells of this street.
That smells good.
That might be worth looking into.
Yes, I'm famished. And I'll
This
look
gives
at the others.
this reminds me too much of our last feast. Be careful.
Food is food, and I am starving.
All right, so you go and try to pursue
offers the worm meat.
this little wagon. You walk up and you see an elderly-looking woman with long white hair. And as you approach from behind, are you putting Valerian or any of your carts and stuff somewhere while you're trying to catch up to this lady?
If Valerian is smart enough, I'm gonna send him back to the inn.
Oh yeah, he'll readily go back and sit in one of the
Sosk
stalls and wait.
will be trying to put his cart in the inn as well.
Yeah, you shack it up where you had put it the night before, and you try to catch up to this lady. You do catch up to her. She's going fairly slow. She's going door to door. You can see along the northern edge of town, knocking. She hasn't seemed to have gotten any takers, but the smell of meat pies fills the air. And as you approach, she turns and she looks at you and she says, "Oh, hello. I assume that you are adventurers. You look fairly new."
Indeed, we are. We recently. Well, we were on our way back to the inn, and we smelled this most delicious smell of food.
"Oh, yes. I'm selling pastries. Meat pastries. If you'd
What
like
kind of-
some, they're only a gold apiece."
A gold apiece.
Oh, yes. Well, they're special, dear. They are.
What kind of meat warrants that price?
Oh, it's quite delectable. And I was able to find some herbs and certain mushrooms in the forest. And when
Yes,
you
yes,
take
the mushrooms
these-
and herbs are nice, but you haven't told me about what kind of meat you use to warrant such a price.
Oh dear. Don't interrupt. I'm trying to explain to you. It's not the meat that makes the pastry, it's the herbs and the mushrooms. See, when you take these pastries, they grant you wonderful dreams. Wonderful dreams of a life before this land fell to downtrodden horror. Time when the Morning Lord reigned here.
What was the name of this morning lord?
Oh, simply that. He did not have another name here. But I try to give people a sense of joy that they once lost, though some are far too gone to give that back to them. I do what I can for those that are left, who can feel still.
That certainly is rather heartwarming, especially in such a dull place, but you still have not told me about the meat. Is it not pork or beef?
And she says, "Oh dear, the meat's a secret. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I sourced them."
Sosk offers her the worm meat.
Oh,
Hey, that
no,
was a
thank
gift,
you.
man.
Don't worry about my friend. He's very interested in food. I'm afraid I'll
Oh,
have to partake. We recently went to the merchant, and our coffers are rather light.
Oh, no worries. I will give you one of these each for free. Since you are adventurers, you're trying to help this place, I'm sure. So, please, take one. And she
take
takes
one.
a piece of like waxy cloth over a section of this card that she's trundling around with, and inside are a half dozen of these little meat pastries that seem to have been spiced quite well, because the second that she lifts the waxen cloth, you get this rich meaty scent fluttering into your nostrils.
Yeah, Finran was just gonna kind of insight check the fact that she's giving them to us for free.
Yeah, go for it. What are you trying to insight specifically about it?
It's either what she says, it seems a little too good to be true. Is she really giving them to us because we're trying to help, or is this a trick?
Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
Not good. 7.
Yeah, it's really hard for you to tell. She
I'll do
seems
the
nice
same.
enough.
Ah, that doesn't help.
Zosk would like to as well.
Yeah,
'cause-
I'm going to avoid having everybody make an individual roll, so
Fair
enough.
that's
Sorry,
not really
sorry.
how it works.
No, you're
all-
right.
You
You're
all can
right.
either make a group check, or you can have one person roll for the party.
Didn't
Fair enough.
matter at that point.
Yeah.
I'll grab one of the pastries and put it in my. I'll just carry it with me, and I'll thank
Zosk is just a little bit suspicious due to the fact that she didn't accept his gift whenever he gave her a gift, and she gives him a gift. So why is his gift lesser than her gift?
So she's just going to give you Callahan. Since you seem readily looking to do this, she's just going to give you the small little box full of pastries.
But I do have a question.
Oh,
I'm
that's
curious
quite
about.
kind of you. Thank you very. I didn't catch your name, by the way. I'm Sir Callahan of Cornell.
Oh, my name is Morgantha. It's a pleasure.
It is. For someone who seems to know the area very well and can provide such a delectable amount of goods, I thank you for your patronage and kindness.
Oh, of
I do,
course, dear.
Morganta, I do have a question. How long have you
Yes.
been here serving these?
Oh, the past couple of years. Not too long.
Not too long.
Well, I thank you, milady.
Of course, anytime.
Tips Fedora.
Jeez. All right, so
Sorry.
Callahan, you now have 6 of these little pastries that you will be able to enjoy at your leisure.
I will
He
very
just
much.
eats them all in front of us and runs
No,
off.
no. I'm going to eat the. I'm going to inspect them first because you know that horror movie trope of dead people, cannibal food. I'm
Yeah.
trying to ignore that. I know I was
Uh-huh.
being kind and I might eat some, but I'm gonna heavily inspect it because Callahan has gone to many lands and he just wants to make sure, especially when that lady would not give a single clear answer about what meat it was for such a simple thing, and she kept denying it. So I'm just gonna inspect it first before I eat it.
Look
Okay.
for razor blades.
You're trying to look and see if this thing has like anything untoward inside of it.
Yeah, like at the cabin when we're far away, I'm gonna break one of them open and just look at it. And if it's not like, I'll use purified food and drink on it first and foremost. But I just want to make sure it's not human or like anything untowards, and then I'll eat a bite of it.
It would be
Now,
fairly difficult for you to identify what kind of meat it was if you haven't had it before.
One of the bonds I have with Sosk is my love of good food, so I may be able to. I've had many foods, rich food, and
Well,
I can also.
Zosk can identify if it's human or not, but
Yeah.
Zosk is
even
upset.
Finran
One
might help.
second.
Finran could
Here's
help
my
with that
car
too.
alarm is going off. I will be right
But
back.
Zosk is also upset
Verified by the whatever commander.
All
So that's why he'd be
sorry about
more.
that. I am
You better
back.
be.
Some random cat like triggered my car alarm somehow.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. So I just gave
heavy
Sask
pets.
and Fenrin a pastry as well, and I'm waiting for Sask to see what kind of meat it is.
Sosk would like to sniff it first and roll a perception check just to. Since I've had human meat before, I just kind of want to see if it kind of looks like it, tastes like it. I don't really want to
Sounds
eat
like
it that
it.
much.
So, as somebody who is a culinary expert, this thing has been heavily spiced. And you know that for most meats, it is kind of hard to determine exactly where it comes from depending on how it's cooked. Especially in a meat pie like this, where the meat has been turned into a paste. You know, Sosk, that it's not exactly something that you might be able to discern.
Mm.
So Fenrir's just gonna eat his.
I mentioned that it's nothing that I can discern. I can't taste anything that it's over spiced.
Could I cast let's see. Could I cast Purify Food and Drink as a ritual?
Is it a ritual spell?
Yes.
I don't think can paladins ritual cast.
Well, it has the tag.
Well, no, but that doesn't mean like not all classes can ritual cast. I don't think paladins can. Clerics can, but
Ah,
let me
double
double check.
check your character sheet before you do that, Callahan. But if you are able to, then certainly.
No,
I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna eat it.
I have the spell
Why not?
slot, and it says ritual tag on it. So
Well, no, but
That's not
the
the purpose
paladin
of it,
class
yeah.
does not
Right.
have the ability to ritual cast a spell.
I don't think I do then.
I'm still upset that she didn't accept my food, though. So just letting you
Well,
know.
man.
and
on a
you,
huff.
buddy.
Could I just cast it then and there? But I don't have it prepared.
You would have to prepare it first.
Okay. Well,
Once again, Fenrir's just gonna eat his pastry.
Yeah, you eat it, and you immediately after eating it's very good. It is a very good pastry, expertly crafted. The flakes of the pastry crackle and crunch just the right way. It's very buttery smooth, and you feel full afterwards, and you immediately get a slight little buzz, slight
Ooh,
little
buzz.
euphoria.
What?
how
Also,
is it, Fenrir?
just to say, I'm proficient in cook's utensils, and I've tried some exotic meats with sauce. Can I tell if it's people meat?
Nope.
People meat.
Like I was saying with sauce.
Okay.
With this kind of food,
I
the
wasn't
way
sure
that
if
it's
he ate it
prepared,
or
it'd be
just
very
smelled it.
difficult.
Oh, I ate it.
Okay, so we both ate it.
All right.
Delicious. Wonderful. I'm actually surprised to find something that good here.
Well, if you guys have partaken of it, I might as well do so, and I'll bite of the I'll break it in half and have a bite.
Yeah, it's good. It's
I'll
really
eat
good.
a whole one.
Wow. Is that as good as the Hero's Feast?
It's in some ways tastes as good or better than the Hero's Feast.
This is remarkable. This is. I should not have eaten this.
Yeah, you immediately
Why?
start to feel that little bit of euphoric buzz to you, Callahan.
Well, I've done what I've done. Let's go back to the inn and wash ourselves in armor and just rest for the night. We shall partake in the Burgermeister's abode in the morning, provided that the creatures that routinely assault it should not breach it.
So,
Sorry, what were
so
you
we
doing?
shall. And I'm gonna
I'm
cook
just
the-
saying, like, let's rest up at the tavern and then go to the Burgermeister's in the morning.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you walk
Yep.
into the tavern, the Blood on the Vine Tavern, and you are greeted by its hostess, who informs you that rooms are 10 gold per person per night,
Jesus. I forgot. It's
10
gonna
gold?
with board included.
Yeah, let's go camp outside, folks.
Yeah, I have a tent. Let's do that.
Yeah, she apologizes to you and informs you that the costs were covered by the Lord Strahd von Zarovich for your previous stay. But that
10 gold is crazy, though. Like, why is it so rich around here?
yeah,
Go
it's
hang
pretty
out with
good.
the gypsies.
No, okay, I mean, no. The average president earns around 1 gold a year, or a month, or a day, whatever it was. But 10 gold? Nobody can afford that. No normal person.
I mean, I could afford it. I'm just not willing to
I'm
pay
gonna
that.
ask her if there's a problem with inflation or something. God. Okay, no, I'm not gonna actually ask her. But God, Sosk isn't smart enough to know about inflation. But for fuck's sake,
He's not a brilliant trader, but he knows when something's way off.
Well, do you guys want to sleep on a tree?
Well, wait,
yeah,
we could
I
find
think
that. We could find that abandoned house.
We're not sleeping in the house where monsters assault it every night.
Not that
Well,
No,
one.
the other one.
You guys
The
are.
other house is dangerous.
Well, maybe there's like a house that's abandoned in the city, and we can sleep in there. That's not attacked every night.
Just so that I'm clear, because the pastries do have an effect, right? Who has eaten of the pastry, and
I have.
who is planning on eating of the pastry?
I don't, but it's mostly because one of the his quirks is he doesn't like eating food prepared by random people.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So you're the trip sitter. Got it.
Kind of. Well, kind of. It's a military thing. One of his military quirks.
I know.
Yeah, she did
I'm
say
s-
that these were trippy pastries. So
That
Yeah, so you're the
too.
trip sitter.
Yeah. He's like, chemicals in my body? No, I'm good.
Callahan, Sauce, Fenrir,
Finland.
Hawthorne. Did you eat Hawthorne?
Hawthorne?
Corn.
I'd be surprised if he didn't, considering
Hawthorne,
he's
did
mushroom.
you partake in the pastry?
Yes.
All
Hey.
right.
Oh, so I'm the only sober
Yes,
cat.
I partake in the history.
All right.
Yep.
Oh yeah, camp
Um,
outside of town.
Those of you who have taken it begin to feel sleepy.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh. Sauce crawls.
Can we all
yes.
can we all cram into one room, or are they going to charge us anyway?
No, they'll charge you per person.
Balls.
I'm gonna go to my cart
Yeah.
and
Just pass out in your cart.
pass out in the cart.
Does
Question.
anybody have any tents?
Well,
I remember
I was just
having
gonna ask.
one.
Does my immunity to magical sleep change anything?
You have a hell of a trance. It's
You have
I
an
mean-
immunity to magical sleep.
Yeah,
elves do, but
elves are
yeah.
cannot be put to sleep through magical means because we don't sleep.
well, it sounds like this is an herb thing.
Well, I'm gonna sleep up a tree. Does someone have? I have enough rope to not fall down.
Saska's already asleep in the cart.
Is there like a tree next to the cart?
No. The cart is under an awning, and the awning currently is housing Valerian, and the cart that is held by rations.
I remember. Did we? One of us had a tent, right? I think that was on Valerian.
Yeah, I think he gave you the tent back.
Yeah, I don't see it in his inventory though.
I'm gonna sleep under the cart.
I
Here
have
it is. Yeah,
okay. To be
I
fair,
have
guys,
a,
I have 6 different what do you call it? Bedrolls. I think in the
I-
cart.
So
I
I
have
have
a-
one, but
I have a
hold on, hold
two-person
on a second.
tent.
Pause. Are you trying to like make a makeshift little hovel out of the stables that are attached to this tavern?
No. I think we should go somewhere like near the open, somewhere near town.
Use the cart and the tent to set up a little fortress.
I mean, if you can stay awake long enough, I can drive the cart out of town.
Yeah, no, of course not. We are just spending a lot of time,
In the stable. We're not sleeping there. We're
or we
just
can
hanging
just
out.
spend a long time on the cart. Yeah, you're just hanging out. We should keep at least one person awake, just in case.
Those of you
Just
who have
in
taken
case
it are continuing to get more and more sleepy. You figure that if you're going to find a place to settle down, you should do so soon. Fenrin, you don't really feel like you're going to pass out, but you do feel as if you're under the effects of a significant exhaustion, and that you'll have to meditate fairly soon. Kind of like if you've ever taken melatonin and then stayed up
Yes.
for a while afterwards.
Oh yeah, I've done
I know
that.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So you're getting pretty loopy. The buzz is turning into a couple colors, you know.
Couple of colors.
So this is more the NyQuil chug.
Yeah.
Am I able to set up my
Wow.
tent with my bedroll before I go to bed?
Where are you trying to set up all your stuff at?
Somewhere where it's near town in the open, but not close enough to the woods where it may be eaten.
Ping me on the map where you would like to set up camp.
How far? I think would it be possible to?
We shouldn't break up too far because two people want to do it next to the inn, and
I'm saying somewhere like here,
oh yeah, that's not too bad. Right outside the wall.
by a tree. Yeah.
So you want to camp out next to the church then?
Yep. As
Okay.
near a holy
Yeah.
place as we can.
Well, yeah, our back to a wall is probably the best option besides inside the wall.
Yeah.
Saska's annoying.
Yeah,
Well-
and it's close to the cemetery. I'm sure nothing happens there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
you all post up next to the church. Make camp outside of this dead tree. People seem to leave you alone as you get things set up. It's getting very clear that the more and more you set up, those of you who've already taken the pastry, the harder and harder it is. You get about halfway through setting up everything that you need before you feel exhausted.
I do my best to like get it up as best I'll do as much work as I can before they all pass out.
Yeah,
and
you
I'll
quickly
take
get
as
their quarters set up to try to get their tent going, and they pass out. You are left to finish setting up the camp by yourself.
I'll stay up as long as I can, and hopefully Fenrin untrances.
Yeah,
I'll have a small.
Fenrin
Go ahead.
is overcome by exhaustion and feels like they need to just like stay
He's
in the
l-
same spot
yeah,
and not.
Yeah,
move.
he's like leaning up against a tree kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll have a small fire going. Go ahead. What?
Oh, I don't want to interrupt you.
No, that's okay. I'll have a small fire going, nothing like huge, just enough to have some light and warmth, but hopefully not enough to attract too much attention. You know, like a soldier's fire. Just dig a small pit, a small log or two.
Yeah, makes sense.
Log isn't even not even the right term. Something that you can't really see from a distance, that kind of thing, but enough to keep warm. The hardest thing is that there's a snoring lizard in a what do you call it? The wagon.
Yeah.
Can't do much about camouflage, but anyway.
Just put a tree limb over him.
Hawthorne, you're trying to, I'm assuming, do something.
I was going to say that before I go to sleep, I turn branches into an elk and say that to keep an eye on us.
Can I pull off Go ahead.
You attempt to turn branches into an elk, and branches instead assumes the form of a small bear cub.
You slurred your words.
Okay, buddy. Good night. And
Am I able to do
your bedding?
a quick song of? I don't know if we could spend. Do we spend our healing dice now or when we wake up?
I think we're gonna wake up.
Yeah.
Depending on whether or not we have a good rest.
Okay, I didn't know.
Now remind me, Quintro. Will you require sleep at some point tonight?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, he's only half elf.
I only half trance, which means I sort of pass out.
You are well aware. Okay, you still have trance? Okay.
No, I don't. I'm kidding.
Okay, thank you.
I am aware that I don't receive hit points back if I don't rest, but it's better that one person stays up and we don't get mauled to death than.
Yeah, you just got to stay 4 hours, then I'll be back up.
That's the thought. That's the theory.
Yeah, that's the theory. As they all fall asleep, 4 hours pass Quintro, and Fenrin is not ready to get up.
I mean, I give him an elbow, but if he doesn't,
He does not.
Okay, I nibble on some bitter herbs or whatever I would do to keep awake. I don't know if coffee's a thing.
Yeah. Also take a little of
tea.
exhaustion.
I like those. I do
All
some
right.
calisthenics to stay awake.
Yeah. You maintain the fire and stay up as the rest of you experience something very interesting.
And sketch up my own map is what I know. That's what I do to keep myself busy.
A dude squatting randomly in the dark, surrounded by people tripping balls next to a church.
Maintaining equipment. I'm just trying to keep myself busy. Every time I get tired, I start squat. You're right. You hear a guy going 1, 2, 3, 1, and you guys are like, "This dream counts." Go ahead.
He's gonna mess with us.
Oh man, I was taking a drink because I was laughing there. But,
Oh yeah, they're like, "Let's go kill those guys." Oh, that guy's just being weird, man. He's
the rest
counting
of
in
you,
the
though,
dark.
experience an incredibly vivid and personalized dream to each of you. Hawthorne, you dream about living and dying and being reborn and feeling yourself in every cell of the organisms around you as little baby Hawthorne goes through an entire life over and over again, and you feel entirely one with nature. Callahan, you have an intense dream about always being in control. The odds always seem to land in your favor, and you use that to help a lot of people and punish many wicked people. In the best way possible you think you can. You perform extreme feats of luck and heroism, conquer many battles and many significant foes. Sosk, you dream about starting a new, stronger tribe of lizard folk and eating exquisite meats. You taste vividly tastes that you've never tasted before, and you're sure that you've never tasted before, and feel your mouth salivating with those flavors. And Fenrin, you find yourself astrally projecting outside of this place, outside of this sphere, and feel as if you can touch the connections through the phlogiston, as if you're a part of the phlogiston. You feel as if you're seeking wisdom from your elders who have come to respect you in their teachings, and you're able to impart truths on them that they've never experienced before and are incredibly grateful for it. These scenes of grandiose wish fulfillment continue well into the night. And you will wake up in the morning with the taste of pastry on your tongue and the feeling of loss as you wake up to the cold, dark, dank mud of the area surrounding this tree and realize that those things that you were experiencing before were just a dream. And while you try desperately to hang on to them, you are still stuck. Barovia, with no discernible way out. Those of you who slept, go ahead and finish a long rest for me. Recover all of your HP and spell slots.
They also get an extra D6 hit points because of my. I'll play. I don't know how Song of Rest works precisely.
Well, give me the spell card and then we'll all
Yep.
know.
But
What I
one
mean
question,
is,
I thought
yeah,
we
go
were
ahead.
using the optional rule where we have to roll hit dice to heal on a rest. Are we or are we not?
I think
It was on the house rules list.
Yep. So you'll have to roll your hit dice to finish that.
Give me a second. I gotta find Song of Rest. Yeah, D6.
And I believe it's a week of rest to recover all your hit dice. So spend them wisely.
Man, I love being a paladin. I can just use my lay on hands or him would fall and just rest out to recover it all.
Well, that's why it's. That's why resting in a different sense was nice to. if we've got time, it's nice to do the old first edition heal where you just spend 3 days and rest, cast.
Those of you who experience the pastry, you
Wait, that's not
still
the right heal.
feel a slight euphoric buzz coming out of it, and get the feeling that it's going to stay with you for a while.
Those pastries were something else. Unlike anything I've experienced.
And then just roll another additional d6 and add it to whatever you rolled. In order to keep awake, I'm softly playing the recorder to myself.
Ooh, I'm back to 20 out of 30.
Awesome.
Yeah, my dream was kind of weird. It's like real life. It's not very different. Still, good dream. Good dream. We'll do it again. Someday.
Is
They make
anybody
it
else rolling
addictive.
hit dice to
We're
heal?
alive, so I suppose nobody mauled us.
You choose how many hit dice you want up to your level.
Yeah, is anyone else rolling hit dice to heal?
I was already up to my max, so
I'm the only other one that was hurt, and I can't because I stayed up all night.
Oh, okay. Nobody else.
No,
I think
Did Callahan not
So
need to
what
heal?
does
Callahan had a
Song
little
of
bit,
Rest
but
do?
he should
No, I
be
used
good.
my lay on hands to heal me last time.
Yeah. Song of Rest will give you healing basically after a short rest.
do I
But
get
no-
it too, or do I have to spend hit dice to do it? I can't remember if we
get
talked
it.
about that.
You don't need to sleep to
Oh,
get
then
the
I'll just
benefits
take the
of it.
4 that I got from when I rolled it initially.
Yep, that's fine.
I figure that's fair. That and in case I roll a 1, that would suck.
Yeah. All right, it is a new day.
Well, it's nice to know I can get a little bit of health back.
The fog has rolled in around all of you and is heavily obscuring the area. It has drenched into your clothes a little bit.
Hey guys, I made a breakfast drink out of beef jerky and old rolls. Who wants some?
I'm not
Much
certain I can
appreciated.
taste anything else again. I rather prefer to keep the spice on my tongue.
There is one left. I don't suggest eating it now.
No.
It does sound
Oh,
appealing, though.
In case of
Well,
insomnia,
let's cook them more.
in case of insomnia, eat pastry.
Okay.
Sosk,
Hmm?
please roll me a survival check.
Okay.
And Fenrin as well. Fenrin can also roll as they are proficient in cooking tools.
Maybe a 13 from me.
All right.
Survival. 17.
Yeah, you both
Plus
come
3.
to this to a very similar realization when they say there's only one pastry left. You get the feeling that you could take this thing and put it in a soup and get pretty similar effects out of it. Not like the same level because it's one whole thing kind of distributed out, but you could make the effects of this last quite a while in a relatively minor way if that's something you wanted to do at some point. Like put it into a
Sauce
soup or something
lets
similar.
the party know what you're saying right now.
Yep.
Oh, I can see you two having like a conversation. We add a little milk and cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn it into like
can't-
a gravy for your jerky. Yeah.
And I was
Can't stop
joking.
it from spoiling.
If it's cooked and you keep it like wrapped in the plastic or the box, it'll. I mean, this is Squid Child talking. It would last another day or two.
Yeah, if you add a bunch of salt to it, it'll last for a little bit longer than that even.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
What do we do first? Go to the person's house, or do we go to the haunted?
To the
Uh,
Burgermeisters.
You hear something
Because
muffled in the distance.
what was that? I'll try and listen harder.
You don't hear it again.
Which direction can we tell, or is that a perception?
Yeah, easterly. It sounded relatively close.
So
In the
towards the church or past?
Yeah, like kind of in the direction of the church.
Since we're
Let's
right
go to
by the
church.
church, Let's investigate that noise.
Hey, Sauce, can I ride on your cart? I'm a little tired.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I mean, I'm mostly awake.
Yeah. All right. So you all trundle up to the church, and have some external
And I
scenery
fi-
for you all.
and I find out that Branches is a small bear
Yeah.
cub.
He goes.
So cute. Who did
Well,
You get the emotional inclination that would lead you to believe that it was you.
and I also mentioned that you were slurring your speech pretty hard when you rolled underneath the wagon.
It's not moving.
Well, sure.
It's not moving Callahan over to the exterior. Callahan, do you still see the city map?
gonna keep you
No,
like
it's
that
like
for a while.
loading SC
Oh, okay,
church
cool.
exterior 99%.
Okay,
I
cool.
see a church. It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, this is the church. It looks pretty run down.
Yep, it's
Awesome, very, very good. Yeah, atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises towards the back and flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. The heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire.
Remember that portent given to us by that soothsayer out in the camp?
Yeah,
The one about the place of worship, if I'm not mistaken?
this might be it, or it might be one of them.
You may be onto
It's
something.
judging by the claw marks, they're quite similar to the ones near the Burgomaster's estate. Perhaps both of those places carry one of these items.
They did also mention
Yes?
a false. Oh, I have to read it. I'm trying to rely on my memory, and that's bad. I have to.
Oh, well, victim, treasures, a house of a dragon's bones, perhaps?
Uh,
Oh, I know, you're the broken one.
yeah,
Standing amidst the precipice of humanity and hubris, a man once regal has fallen to madness.
that might be it too. Yeah, one of the things also said something about a false something.
In any case,
You
I
hear
believe.
you hear something a little bit clearer from uh, this building. It says, "Father, please, I'm starving. I'm so hungry."
Somebody's hungry.
Hopefully not for human flesh, perhaps for parties, perhaps. Are we on a cliff?
Oh, I
You're
don't.
not on top of you're on top of like a very small hill.
Okay, but there's no circular symbol.
Not that you can see. No.
Alright, well, let's go up to the church's. Callahan will walk up to the church's door.
All right. You walk up to the doors.
I'll walk with you.
Yeah, I'll kind of follow them at a bit of a distance, kind of back up, but I don't want to be the first one that gets hit.
Is someone in there?
Um, you say that, and you do not receive any response from inside. These doors are fairly heavy.
Guess no one's there.
I don't like the sound of this, but might as well enter. This is holy ground, after all. It used to be holy.
Should
All
be.
right. You open the door. And they open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within reciting a prayer. Suddenly, the prayer is blotted out by an inhuman scream that rises up from beneath the wooden floor.
Oh, jeez.
Callahan will take out his sword and shield and start walking forth. Stay behind me.
Wait, is this thing coming from under the church?
Under the church, yes.
A great evil. Stand fast. Callahan, is
All
there?
right.
So, all right. Callahan will move up.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's just gonna walk up slowly and go up to the table.
Yeah, there's a man sitting here.
I'm not gonna be able to go in too much. Well, I'm still pretty. Oops, I can't go that way.
Yeah, somehow you
Should
just
I
closed
make the
the door.
Yeah,
party?
you close the door. Let me open them both for
Oh,
you.
oh, thank you. I'm trying to click. There we go. I'm not going to
No
go in too much
worries.
further because I have no resources left and I'm pretty low on hit points. So, well, not no resources, but anyway.
So one moment here. I gotta fix some things.
Oh wait,
for...
before we go, up there, what is your current health point control, Fenrir?
I'm 16 out of 22.
I'm sitting
not-
at 20.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I'm sitting at 20 out of 30. Don't use the healing on me right now, please.
Okay. Do either of you guys want any? So Fenrir, do you want any healing? No.
No, please don't.
I'm okay at the moment.
Okay.
I don't have any spells left, so I'm going to be
Yeah.
support at the moment.
Yeah. I'll just have my shield up and I'll look. What do I see? What kind of guy is this?
One moment here. I've got to fix some things for the crew.
Yeah, and are the other two gonna step through the door? Or...
I would, but I
Yeah, they
Doesn't
currently
matter.
can't see because the page is being a little
Here,
bit
I'll
silly.
stand here just so they can get in if they need to.
I would be, if I could, be near anywhere that we have danger. Because I'm a big boy.
All right, that should fix it for you all.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, so you walk in and you see a man bedecked in fairly what is clearly religious attire with many sun related motifs on it. He appears to be very ragged and worn, sitting over this altar. You get the feeling that he notices that you are here, but has not stopped in his prayer. You can tell just by a look, without even needing to roll, that this man is exhausted. He might not have slept in a very long while. He appears to simply be desperately praying at this altar.
Callahan will walk up to him slowly, putting his sword and shield away, and just say, "I will find what I seek in my supplication. The powers unrivaled, the powers revisited. A hilt lies tarnished amidst the consequences of impudence. A grip in the vice of a demon's old habits. The blade reforged through the will of one ignorant of curses and callousness."
He he stops his prayer and he looks at you and he says, I'm sorry. Can I help you?
"I am Sir Callahan of Cornell. We've heard a voice coming from this chapel where we camped nearby. Are you the one that cried for sustenance? Or are you the one keeping it at bay?"
He sighs and says, I'm sorry, stranger. It is, I have not slept in quite some time. The sounds that you are hearing, they are my son.
Your son.
I have been praying for salvation, praying to the Morning Lord.
Callahan's going to take a seat by this pew and say, "Well, Father, if you require aid, my party and I are very much able to help you in matters pertaining, possibly, to your son. Tell us more about."
Father, let me out, please. This man in front of you shudders.
Not to interrupt, but on Twitch they say that you still have the picture up and you haven't moved the camera.
Yep, that is on purpose.
Oh, okay.
But I will do it now.
Sorry, just someone mentioned it.
Yep, no problem.
As soon as that thing said that, could I use Divine Sense?
Yeah, go for it. Put it in the chat for me. Yeah, so do. You know
God's
that there
that?
is an undead within 60 feet of you, underneath you. This place is neither consecrated nor desecrated.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry. How did it happen?
I'm not sure. One night after this place was assaulted, my son, I found him in the side room, wounds in his neck, and I knew it was too late. I brought him down. I brought his body down to the basement and chained it up. I think he's broken the chains.
I am a paladin of Cornell, and I know that if there's anything I can do to help my party in here, can aid you. I've noticed, Father, that this place is neither desecrated nor consecrated.
His face kind of goes white at that, and he looks to have reached a new level of despair at this news that you've just given him.
I did not mean to upset you.
He says, "Is there something you could do to help me, to help my son?"
I am a holy paladin of Cornell. I have helped vanquish many demons and removed many curses.
Sosk
Unless I
says,
know more about your son, I will do what I can. Only if you ask me to, however.
Sosk says, I am a lizard man of a blue skill tribe, and I'm a lizard man.
Yeah, he's kind of ignoring you as you say all this, and he's
Oh.
he's on his knees in front of Callahan, clutching at your clothes, and he's with tears in his eyes. He says, "Please, please, save my son from this damnation. Please bring him back to me. He's all I have
Callahan
left in this world."
will put his hand on his shoulder and say, "Worry not, Father, for you have been sent a miracle. I will do what I can to save your son. If not from this curse, then from the unholy damnation that awaits all undead."
He clutches harder at you, and he says, "Please, please, do not kill him. Do not kill my son. If you
Father,
cannot
I
save
cannot
him,
kill
leave
what
him there.
Father, I cannot kill what is already dead.
You know what I mean."
Father, what else lays for your son? The bite wound on his neck is indicative of. I very much know who caused this. It is
I will
unmistakable.
find something. I
Father.
will wait for the ray of light of hope to shine through these windows once more and save my son. But if you
Father.
if you kill him,
The
you
morning
can't.
lord has disappeared, Father. He is no longer here. What remains is darkness.
I
I'm
refuse
sorry.
to believe that.
I
I must have faith.
Father, you can only have faith for so long. We are here to assist you, and I know that what this matter is harsh and tough and all sorts of wrongness, but know that I will help save your son's soul. As a paladin and of my word of Callahan of Cornell, I will do what I can to bring him salvation, both to
You
his
don't
life and to yours.
understand. You don't understand. In this land, no
No
soul
soul
is
can
safe.
leave.
No
Yes,
soul
I
is
know.
safe. If you kill him the way he is now, he might be lost forever. Please, try to save him, but do not kill him. That is my one wish. If you pray to any worthy gods, please do this one good thing for me. Do not kill my son.
Callahan will close his eyes and open them and look at him and say, I will save your son, no matter what it takes.
Can I, since I studied a bit of necromancy, can I roll to see if there is any way to contain something like a vampire? I guess it's a vampire.
That's
But I
my
might be
guess
What do you
wrong.
mean by contain?
Make it harmless to other people. If he's not,
you can make the roll.
it's would it be Arcana?
To understand the school of necromancy well enough to understand how you might be able to pacify a vampire, I would say yes, Arcana, and at disadvantage because you haven't studied these kinds of texts.
All right, I'm gonna roll twice, and we'll
I was gonna
get
try
it
Hey,
to.
worse.
16.
I was gonna try to assist,
Nice.
but that okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, so this kind of thing to pacify a vampire, you think that
I was thinking a silver chain, but I don't know if that'll work.
you don't know anything that you could do that would permanently pacify a vampire without killing them. If you had the opportunity to study some secret tomes, you might have a magical method of doing it for an extended period of time. But there's this kind of affliction is not something that you know how to mitigate. You think that maybe there are some things in the more divine areas of magic that could pacify a vampire or could save it from its vampirism, depending on how far that sort of affliction has progressed. You also feel like you heard somewhere that a vampire that has not fed in a long time or has not fed for its first time is much weaker and more susceptible to certain kinds of magic or solutions, so to speak.
I
Oh.
see. All right. I'm gonna ask the priest. How long has it been?
He wipes his eye, or yeah, he wipes his eyes and he says, "It has been a week. A week
Has
since
he
this has started.
has he fed yet?
Thank the gods. Thank the gods. No, he's not.
All right.
Is sorry, may I ask, is he able to get out?
I don't know. I think he broke the chains a couple days ago. I've locked the cellar. There's no other
What-
way. into
Father,
the
it
cellar.
may only be time until he breaks loose into the village. He may even attract the attention of you know who.
He puts his hands over his face, and he's he's going to try to ignore you, Callahan, and kind of like pretend you're not there because he doesn't want to listen to what you're saying right now. And he looks
That's
at
fine.
Hawthorne instead.
Do you have something that could contain him, like a silver object? We
Oh,
can try to pacify him. I can use a simple procedure of a barber to defang him so he can't bite anyone.
But Hawthorne, you risk being bitten yourself in the process.
I imagine that grows back.
I know not of any means to turn an undead back to normal.
Can I roll something real quick?
If
Yeah,
he
go for it,
if he's
Sosk.
if he thinks like a human,
What are you
if
trying
he
to roll, Sosk?
Survival.
Or
Uh, if Sosk knows anything like a feature of the environment that would contain a vampire.
sure, something as strong as a vampire. Not specifically a vampire, but something with similar characteristics as a vampire. You think that with a sufficiently hardened like pieces of wood or a sufficiently large body of water, you could contain it like at the bottom. Vampire is really strong.
Sosk mentions to the person that perhaps throwing him into a um, rock coffin at the bottom of some running water would stop a vampire, since vampires don't like running water.
I don't know if Sosk would know that particular piece of information.
Oh, I thought.
Would Callahan know that as a paladin
My
and
bad.
having dealt with many undead and such? Would I have to roll for that?
I think we've already made a roll for Callahan on what he knows about
Forget
vampire
that.
spawn.
I don't think we did
Sosk
about.
doesn't say
Maybe we did.
anything.
You can make it a
Sosk
really
stares at the window.
okay.
Well, he'd know maybe about the a rock coffin possibly then, yeah.
Yeah, the rock coffin is certainly possible. Well,
Does-
we can make Callahan's roll a religion check on what vampires generally have a weakness to.
I'll roll inspiration for this.
Go ahead.
All right, that's a 16.
Yeah, you figure like the general tropes would work on like generally weaker vampire spawns. So the running water trick probably would work. Garlic would work. You don't believe that silver does work in this kind of case. Silver, generally works on specific monsters that would generally be resistant to normal types of damage. That silver sometimes works as an analogous alternative to magical sources or magical items.
Would radiant damage work?
Well, that would probably kill him.
Yeah,
That's the same. That's the same for
radiant
vampires.
damage is significantly effective against vampires. You know that.
Does his son rest like many vampires tend to have a rest period in their coffin?
That is actually not a requirement of vampires.
Well, does his son have a rest period?
Callahan would know that.
No, I'm sorry. I'm asking the priest. Does his son ever rest?
Oh,
Or is he constantly freaking out down there?
Let me finish up with Callahan, and then we can.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I thought you had.
Yep. But Callahan knows that the vampires do not have a specific rest period. They can recuperate in their coffin if there is grave dirt around, but they do not necessarily need that. Running water is effective though, as well as some other things that we might get into sometime later. But yeah, Callahan has a decent understanding of how normal vampires work. Quinshore, you ask that, and this person who has not yet given you his name says, no, he's plagued me all hours of the night. All hours of the day, too. No one comes to this place anymore because they fear him. that they fear what I might do, though I would never hurt them.
Well, I think we have three options. The first one is to release him from life. So
Preferably
someday,
not that.
yes. Second option would be to lock him up somehow so he can't run amok. And we one of the things that I think we shall do eventually is trying to find a way to bring a sliver of the gods from to this place.
Could we not
If
sate it with blood?
Well,
yeah,
If we provided,
depends.
But listen, did Hawthorne not say that after their first feed they become more powerful? I don't think we want to make it more powerful.
yes, but he does retain his sentience. However,
Sask says,
Callahan,
vampire bad.
Callahan, you do get the feeling that part of this creature, right, is that they do retain a semblance of their human sentience. So perhaps if this thing fed, you might be able to reason with it while it's not in a blood-starved madness.
could it eat? Do vampires only drink of sentient flesh, or can they do animals as well?
They can do animals as well.
Father,
So if we found it a deer or something.
No,
Are there any-
I will not. No, so feeding it will strengthen it. It will make
No,
it more permanent.
I was just
Before we get into this
spitballing.
argument, now is a very good time for a short break. So we're
I
going to come
agree.
back in 10 minutes while you all juggle your options.
right,
And we will
I'll
see
see you guys
everybody
then.
again in 10 minutes. See you soon. All right, everyone, we are back. I hope you enjoyed your short rest. I came back to my players deliberating in the break on what to do, which is interesting for me. I think there's still some deliberation left to be had too, so please
Yeah,
feel free to continue.
based on what we were talking about, we have two options. We can check if he's containable, if he's the kind of vampire that's an absolute monster and will try to feed, or if it's a cursed guy that if he's not hungry, he will not hurt people. If first option doesn't work, like, yeah, he is a monster, we can put him in a stone box and bury him until we have a solution for
I'm
the
going to
problem.
assume that in character you all are going to step away from the man who has been traumatized by his son screaming at him for a week straight on, so that
Oh
you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
make him suffer more. Unless you would like to do that, in which case,
No,
feel free to
no.
stand there.
No,
I'm thinking. I
I-
think. Listen, like, okay, when it comes to like the pie thing, I think I'll just give him the pie and he can sleep, and then we can worry about it.
okay. We should talk uh a little bit of game. Let's talk this to the priest, okay? Let's not talk among ourselves.
But we need to make a decision among ourselves. The thing I come back to is there's a chance we could help this poor man, but we don't have the skills, we don't have the ability yet. He's in an underground cellar behind one door. We can fortify the door to keep him here
That's
until
what I
maybe
was
we can
thinking.
do something. You keep like this is not a problem that we have the power to solve today without simply killing the child.
Correct.
You
But why
hear
don't
you
we
hear
keep it
something
where
from
it's
the
safe
back
rather
room.
than take a risk?
Boom, 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 boom. Ah, just need a little, please.
Let's try to calm him down. I like the idea. Let's put a little blood on the pie and give it to him and see what happens.
Well, see, I don't know if
I
he'll
completely
actually
disagree. I disagree.
eat
We
it.
do not give it any blood. That will just make the vampire
Strongly
take
disagree.
root.
Okay, yeah, that
As a
involves
player.
blood.
No, the only reason I thought that is because we could restrain him. That's the only reason I was suggesting that. But
Yeah, this
we don't
door
have the ability for that.
this door isn't gonna hold forever. We should restrain him, not kill him. I say this out loud, but give a little bit more permanent form of restraining.
I have given my oath already to protect, or rather, prevent his son from dying and save his soul, and I'll do that.
All right, okay.
But you didn't give a timetable, so
Yes.
let's. He's not behind one of these doors. He said he's in the cellar, correct?
That's correct.
Yes. And the cellars are known to have crypts, stone coffins, perhaps.
Yeah, but my point is, I don't think I want to come in contact with the sun just yet.
I
Exactly.
have a
Hawthorne, how confident are you in your ability to physically restrain a vampire?
That's going
I've-
nuts.
A
I vote we
bloodsucking
shore up the door.
vampire.
I vote we
Blood-
shore up.
That's what I was thinking too.
I was
Sure.
going to say too that you guys might want, as this is out of character, you guys might want to mention all the different methods we have to, like the garlic, to help fortify the door.
I smell the blood. Please.
I have radiant damaging spell that I can use. It's gonna hurt.
No. There are other methods to help keep it back. We shore up the door, some garlic so it'll avoid the area. There are more things we can do. My point is, I think we try to make it as secure as possible where it is right now.
Exactly.
Do you
Deal with
have
it later.
garlic, priest?
He
Do you have
looks around. he's
not
just-
here? I mean, somewhere in your home. Must be close by.
I live here. No, I don't.
Is there garlic for sale at the town?
Oh, geez, not that guy.
Ah, Fuck.
Flashback over to
No.
Bill Drat's Mercantile. The sign creaking in the wind.
Give me all your garlic.
We have garlic. Oh.
Is there a farmer's
Periwinkle
market?
is bringing in a crate full of garlic into the mercantile.
Oh no.
All right. Normally, I wouldn't suggest this, but one or two of us should go buy garlic, and the rest of us should try to shore up this door.
I will stay with
Yeah.
his son, and the rest of you shall prepare the defenses and the means to do what we can.
How about
Alright.
the two partial elves go get garlic? The rest of you stay here and shore up the door.
Sounds fair.
Well, the two elves. I'm partial, is what I meant.
You're racist.
No, we're just a little lighter on our feet.
I'm joking.
Well, you got the two strong boys, and you got the person who understands nature a little better.
Yep, that sounds good.
Wait,
All
wait.
right.
I have a crazy idea. I have this spell called
You're full of crazy
gentle-
ideas.
Yeah, but I have a new one. I have this spell called Gentle Repose. It's supposed if I use it on someone, it during 10 days the person can't turn into undead.
It keeps the corpse from rotting. If they're already undead, there's nothing it does.
Yes, it cannot restore
Yeah,
the nature.
is he actually undead fully because
He is a vampire.
he hasn't had enough blood? So maybe if I use it on him, it could stop the full process, because I don't know if he's fully undead or if he's like a cursed human being but alive.
I'm pretty sure he's undead at this point.
Yes, he hasn't eaten for a week or drank water, yet he still lives.
Yeah, okay, that's a good.
I mean, good thought, but I mean, if he had just died, it would definitely help.
Yeah, if he was a corpse.
I'm saying this only now, but no, we cannot use his help. He'll probably do something far worse.
Absolutely.
Yes, never mind that.
Well, someone please go get the damn garlic.
The one string of garlic that'll cost us 3 platinum. Got it.
And maybe we should look to see if we can find some spare wood or something to shore the door up.
Oh, stone would be perfect, but
Ask the
Maybe some
guy if
rocks
he
and
has any
stone?
holy water.
I actually have a vial of holy water on me. I'll hand it to you guys
All right, let's.
All right.
in case push comes to shove. Even though the priest might have a little, but I do have a vial of holy water on me.
All right.
All right. And maybe, oh no, he's in the cellar, right? Because I could turn into an animal to spy on him and stay somewhere he can't reach.
You didn't see any windows into the cellar from.
I
the
wouldn't
approach
do
that you
that because
made.
if he does get a hold of you, you're just gonna be a juice box to him.
Correct.
Yummy juice box.
Yeah, and there's nothing to be gained by doing so. You're taking a huge
Yes.
risk for no benefit.
I already know exactly where he is. I can sense him right below us.
I mean,
Yeah,
way
he's
to
running
take one
around
for
down
the.
there, Callahan.
He is running around like a cornered animal. And
Okay, this is-
I whispered the last two parts so the priest can't hear that part.
Right.
He's violently looking for a way out. I suggest we take care of this matter now. Go gather the garlic in whatever means you can. We will shore up the defenses. If it comes to it, we shall restrain him. The time for deliberation at hand is over. We must take care of this post haste.
All right.
right.
Where is
Okay.
the cellar door?
Priest?
Yes, you can call me Donovich.
Donovich. Donovich, where can we go to the cellar?
He very weakly gets up from his knees, struggles a little bit to do so.
I help him.
Yeah. And he hobbles his way over to this door and opens it for you.
Actually, I'm just gonna hold it here so I can see, even though I'm not there.
While everybody's going there, can I just look at him and
Oh,
say,
it's-
is there a sword here, Father?
Oh, what?
A sword. Divine
S-
Radiance.
What?
And yet, never mind.
Wait, where is the cellar door? You haven't
Oh.
opened the cellar door,
Hang
Hang
haven't
on.
you?
Wait. No, not
It's right
yet.
here.
Wait. BDM, I have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Regarding vampires, if you kill the one that turned the other vampire, does the other one become normal?
I would have to look up that information to give you a definitive answer.
Just the thing with vampires is that the lore about them changes different. Like, it always differs with every iteration.
That is why I would have to look up that information.
Yeah, because otherwise, just grab a bag of rice and we'll be fine.
Bag of rice.
Yeah, because like if a vampire pursues you, you can throw a bag of rice at down at you, and then a vampire will be obsessively compulsed to count each and every one.
Oh yeah,
do
you're
feel,
right.
You do feel, Callahan, that the weaker that a vampire is, the more likely it is to succumb to more of these common tropes of vampire
Something that I
weaknesses.
remember, this is out of character, by the way, is that vampires have to have an inability to enter a residence without being granted permission by an occupant.
That is
Right,
true.
but they can't leave as well, right?
I
They
remember
are
that
allowed to
one.
leave. They cannot enter freely unless they have permission.
So
to enter.
so the priest said this is where he lives,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
and
doesn't the cellar count as that though? Like, if you own a house, you also own the basement.
that's
Yep.
a good. Okay, that's fair point.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, though.
Oh, I see what you're trying to get at. Yeah.
Yeah, see, he's not in the house, he's in the basement. It's different.
No. Not
Do you
different.
own your basement, Fenrir?
He gives you a look like what?
Darkness owns my basement.
Yes, and that also extends to his son's basement, which means it's part of the house, and unfortunately, that does not work.
Yeah, it's fair to say that Doru is a resident of this building. Doru being his son, he tells you his son's name.
Dorich and Doran?
Doru, and
Doru?
Donovich.
Donovitz and Doru. Okay.
Yes.
Forgive me, the Barovian accent is still one I've yet to master.
If you find that all walks of life exist here, it is not just one accent. But regardless, yes, here's the room, and you see inside of this room there is a
I'm just peeking just so I can see.
yeah,
Alright.
time and neglect have punched holes in the ceiling of this moldy room, which contains a few broken roof shingles and puddles of water. And then in the corner, set into the floor, is a heavy wooden trapdoor held shut with a chain and a padlock. You can hear Doru screaming through that trapdoor, incoherently.
Callahan will just... Is there any, like, big statue or chair he can put over the trapdoor?
No, there is not.
Is there any way... Is he's not trying to dig out of it, right? He's just running around in there?
It's really hard to tell, like, for any extended period of time. You probably wouldn't be able to get that information unless you saw the interior.
Right,
Sosk is
okay.
going to sit on top of it for right now.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, nothing is moving in the basement area at the moment. And
Sosk is a
once
big
you'll have moved
300-pound
everything
lizard. There is no way that you're going to
once-
push.
Once you have moved over, everything goes fairly silent.
He senses us. He senses food.
So, Fenrir,
All right.
Quintro.
I figured we just left, but yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Are there doors here, or is this to another scene? North
To
of
another
us.
scene.
Yeah. You're
Oh,
gonna
that's a
go-
gate. Oh, those are gates. Okay,
Yeah.
forget it.
So
I couldn't
you're
tell
gonna
what the heck
go to Bill Dress Mercantile. So we're
And
gonna
assuming
pretend
it's-
that you're there
Unless
now.
we see a farmer's market on the way.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
You walk back into town, and without the sight of the zombified Valerian and other strange folk, more people are willing to mingle around in the streets here. Though it is getting very close to nighttime. And people still give you wide berth as strangers, and those of you, those who have recognized you as being a part of the party from before still cling far away from you. But there are more people in the streets right now, huddling around
quick-
about their
And
business.
as one clarification question, did you say it's nearly nighttime?
It is.
Yeah,
nearly
I was gonna
nighttime,
say.
yes.
'Cause I thought we just woke up
Oh,
a little
I'm
while.
sorry. Yes, I am completely wrong. It is not
That's right.
nighttime. It is
Hey,
morning.
it's in Barovia. It's always dark. I do not blame him.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
dimly lit and it is very foggy, but it is the morning time, and I am very wrong. And there are lots of people wandering around right now about their daily business.
I mean, it might be close to noon. We've been arguing with this guy for the better part of an hour, but yeah. Anyway.
It was still fairly early morning when you all woke up, so
Okay.
well, minus you, Quintro. It still has not been nighttime for you.
No, I'm doing the old what's that? You know, that adrenaline rush you get because your body's too tired.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
I'll be
Alright.
fine until 3 in the afternoon. Then I'll be like, okay, I'm done.
Yep. So, assuming that you don't do anything else, you walk into Bildred's Mercantile. A little bell goes off. Bildred
He looks-
pops up from under his counter. Says, "Ah, back again, I see.
Yeah, specific need this time, though.
Oh, a specific need, and what might that be?"
Well, a few different things might be useful. First and foremost, do you have garlic?
I do. I actually happen to have just got a shipment this morning.
We'll bury him with garlic.
And how much would it cost for a rope of the garlic?
That depends. A rope.
You know, a good dozen or so heads.
I'd say 50 gold.
Jesus Christ.
Let's put a pin in that and a few other things that might be useful. Pitons, do you have any of those?
Oh, sorry, what was that again?
Pitons?
Batons.
Pitons,
Oh,
like
the
climbing
Fighting
pitons?
piton, yeah.
Metal spikes.
Yeah, they're metal wedgy spikes because you can use them to wedge a door shut.
Yeah, he says, yeah, I've got a few of those. I'd give you 5.
Know that Callahan already has 5 batons in his inventory.
5 for 10. They wouldn't know that. 5 for 10.
Not necessarily.
5 for 10
Okay.
gold. They usually go for 5 copper. Come on. You take me for a fool.
I'd take you for a man in need.
Hang on, let me see if I got some trick up my sleeve. I mean, we both have a good persuasion.
You're
but-
both
Yeah, I
artists,
was
it's true.
hoping to get a bulk discount, but that's not working.
Yeah, I'm also looking at some other stuff I
Well,
got
you
going
haven't,
here.
you haven't established everything that you want to buy. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you list it all out and then you can make a persuade roll if that's what you want to do. But let's continue role playing for now.
What's a 20-foot length of chain run?
20-foot length of chain, 10 gold.
Okay. Scribbling on a corner of a piece of paper at this point.
Might as well throw in. I'm not sure if anyone else has a decent hammer, but
I have a hatchet with a flat end on it.
I could say what I have, but unfortunately, I'm not I'm sitting on top of the thing, so.
I'm currently being flat weight.
well, you gotta understand. Seth knows you have one. Finran does not.
No, well, I currently have the hatchet on my belt
And-
or whatever, but
I just meant, I knew Stark.
yeah.
Yeah, but Finran has no idea.
Yeah, don't take it too crazy, but generally you guys don't know what anybody else is carrying unless you specifically.
No, I
say
get you. I get you. I
Like,
mean, the
like,
two
you
of us
might
might.
notice some things, but like you're out here trying to buy stuff ad hoc.
No,
Okay.
I get you completely. I get you.
Hammer,
Completely.
a handful of pitons.
How much is 300 pounds of loose rubble?
Sorry, what?
No, nothing. I was just spitballing.
But-
Um,
I'm gonna take the shot at the persuasion.
real quick, a shovel, just a basic shovel.
A shovel. 5 gold.
Okay.
I'll
Now-
assist with the persuasion.
There's a reason I didn't do this while the others were here, but come on, we both know the game that you're playing. You're trying to take advantage of the fact that there's basically no supply here. That said, as we've already established, we're a way to get you more supply. The fact is, you know what you're charging is unreasonable. You know that anyone, ourselves included, are going to struggle to pay. So I'll make you an offer right now. 2 platinum pieces for the lot of it. You know that's more than fair.
Yeah, you know the game I'm playing. But here's the thing. I have the goods, and you don't. And yeah, I might charge different rates for different people. You're adventurers. You have plenty of gold. Don't lie to me. I know you've probably got, let's say, 500 gold between a lot of you. I know how much you got. I know what I got. I know that I got what you need. Now, yeah, we're going to be business partners, and all the goods that you brought back were intact. So that's a good thing. But here's the other thing. We get adventures around here, maybe every month, every 5, every year, right? So when we get them, we get a large influx of cash, right? Here's the problem. Sometimes those adventurers are dimwits. Sometimes they're poor. Sometimes it's adventurers like you that are the only thing that keep the economy rolling in here because those damn gypsies don't share any of the wealth that they get from the outside. So, I'm trying to survive. And you have the gold that I want to survive. And I have the equipment that you want to survive. So you're going to pay the rates that I have, or you're going to walk out of here.
I silently
I'll look you in the eye and tell you the truth. You've been honest with me. I'll be honest with you. I don't have that kind of gold. I've offered you well over half of everything I have to my name right now. That's honestly the best offer I've got, so if you want money, that's your only option. You're not going to get more out of me because I don't have more to give.
All right, and Quintro, what are you doing to assist?
I walked up and I just opened up my pouch and I dumped it out on. I opened up my money pouch and I just dumped everything I've got on the counter. I said, "This is all my earthly money.
How much
This
do
is
you
it.
have?
4 platinum and 3 gold. I'm not giving them the 3 silver I've got in my little pouch."
All right, Benron, roll at advantage.
$27.
This is how much I walked into this cursed land with.
You said 2 platinum?
4. He had 2.
I had 2. I'm holding back 13 gold. I honestly told him it's over half of my net worth.
Yeah,
and I'm just giving him almost literally everything I've got except for 3 silver.
He looks
I've got
at you
food.
Both. He looks at you both, and he scratches his chin, and he says, "All right, the lot for 2 platinum."
And I'll just reach across to shake his hand. Fair deal. And I hope, as a sign of goodwill, we can do more fair business going forward. I look forward to returning you some items you may be able to
He
sell.
points his finger, and he says, "This is the only time that I'm giving you this kind of discount. The only time.
Very well. It is appreciated.
The rest, you're going to support this village, and that's going to be the end of it."
I take the 4 platinum, but I keep the 3 gold. Or I leave the 3 gold for him.
No, I think he was only charging my 2 platinum total, dude.
That is
I know,
correct.
but
You
I'm
leave
leaving
the 3 gold as a tip. Okay.
Yeah, I'm leaving the 3 gold to kind of punctuate my point that I understand where he's coming from.
Okay. You get all the supplies that you had listed out for 2 platinum.
Wonderful.
But to also punctuate the point that we're poor too, and we will help where we can.
Yep.
And the 3 silver is I need a turn up from him someday money.
Yep. All right. You get all the supplies and you head on back. Meanwhile, did you all do anything in the meantime? Doru has gone suspiciously silent.
He's gone suspiciously. Can I sense him?
Yeah. How long does your spell run?
It lasts for. Oh, it's moved up a bit.
1 round. It only lasts a round, so no.
Alright, I'll use it. I'll use it once more.
Is it a spell or a cantrip?
It's an active ability I can use. I've used the second use of it.
Yeah. He's still down there. He's just sitting in one spot.
He seems to be sitting. I
Hello,
believe he's.
Ham.
Yes.
I go near him and whisper to him because I'm afraid that the vampire underneath might hear us. You know, uh, do you do any of us have a lance?
Oh, what?
We can try to uh impale this thing to a wall while and try to, instead of killing him, just chop off his legs and arms before we throw him in a box. That's something that might work. You know how like a catch pole.
If we were to cut off his arms and legs and try and reverse him, he would be without arms and legs.
Maybe he'll regenerate slowly over on the box. I think he would regenerate, to be honest, but that's a guess. Other than that, I can only think that we are gonna beat him senseless until we can get him to a box.
If I'm still quite partial to using a ceremony on him and giving him blood.
Well, that won't make combat easier. The idea of giving him blood was if we thought that he would calm down and act like a human when he wasn't
Which he
starved.
might. It could be animal blood.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Vegan blood. Wait.
I don't know if
Wait a
that's
second.
particularly vegan,
Can we
but
No,
get
I meant like a beet.
an animal? I want to do something before the other guys arrive.
Yep,
I
tell me
want
what
to
you want to
hunt
do.
down some sort of vermin like a mice, something that I can use like a blood bag.
Oh yeah, you easily find a mouse. Hunt it down,
Yeah,
trap it.
I put it down fast, make it painless, and I God damn it, I keep it on like my belt so I can throw at him.
What do you do? Like tie its tail to your belt or something?
Yeah,
It's got a really long tail. You just tie
Mouse?
it
yeah,
right
it's
there.
gonna dangle for a bit. Nah.
Okay, yeah, you dangle a mouse corpse on your belt. You
Yeah,
now have a mouse corpse on your belt.
I can. I think we should like try more. I can try to hunt something down, but I don't think we have the time, just in case.
Oh, blood grenade.
Yeah, you probably don't have the time if they're going there and coming right back. It might take them 20 minutes, and you all been sitting here long enough, so.
I'm gonna keep hunting down for mice.
He's
Yeah,
got like
okay, roll me a
4
survival check.
mice.
This place is
Okay.
fairly infested with vermin, but we'll see how many you
Yeah,
find.
because wait, I made the wrong roll. Ignore the first one.
Okay.
Oh,
you don't
okay.
find any other mice. They heard the scream of its brother as it died to your hand, and they have all hidden away.
Yeah, well, I have a little bit of blood here, animal blood, if we need it.
You do indeed.
And is okay. Fuck, man. We're gonna just beat this guy senseless, aren't we?
It's what we're good at.
Hopefully, we can drown him in garlic.
We will find out. So, Fenrin and Quintro get back.
With garlic, chains, and a shovel. The shovel was
Garlic chains, a shovel, and pythons.
the shovel was so we could put some dirt on top of it.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's get this door sealed up better.
That's why I said you have 300 pounds of rubble. Then I'm like, what am I asking for? I can get dirt from the front of the place.
Well, how many boxes do we have of garlic?
Oh, we just got one rope worth. We didn't.
Yeah,
Takes
you
shit.
got enough garlic to hang around your neck, basically.
All right.
I think we use it on the door. I think we just seal this door up as well as we can. Perhaps grab some of the fuse or the other wood, seal it up better. Just keep it down here until we can figure out a way to be more helpful.
Yeah,
All right.
that's. I was figuring
Tosk is being helpful.
extra chain, the pythons to keep the chain in. Get some rocks and dirt, put it on top for extra weight, that kind of thing.
We can just lock ourselves into a room and we know where he's coming from. It's
Well,
on
this is
one place.
assuming this. We could also probably look around the church, see if there's like a hole or something that he's trying to dig. This is just a temporary solution, but I mean, the guy might be able to take a nap knowing that he's not going to get out.
Yeah,
Did
but
somebody?
if we open the hatch, he will come from the hatch.
No, I
It's
get
not
that,
logical.
but if we strengthen it better than this guy could, that might give him enough peace of mind to have a snack and a drink and a nap. It's his prerogative to pray and such, but I mean, did someone give him a chance to get something to eat, something to drink?
You mean the vampire?
No,
No.
we're talking about Donovich. No,
Donovich?
Donovich has not eaten. He is.
I pass him my
Barely
water
standing.
skin. I pass him my water skin and like a crust of bread and say, "Have some food, Father."
Yeah, he takes it in his hands, but he does not. He does not drink or eat. He
Take-
just
take-
stares at the cellar.
Just take a drink. I just keep. I intercept myself and I say, "Sir, take a sip. Just take a swallow, please."
Yeah, go ahead and make me a persuasion roll.
You're no. Okay, hang on. Let me find my sheet. You're no good to your son if you're not taking care of yourself. I'm chalking while I
Yeah, I
click the
know.
right one. You're no good to your son if you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah, that's a pretty good argument. He closes his eyes for a second and he lifts the water skin to his lips and he begins to drink and then he begins to drink heartily and then he pours some of the water on the bread and eats the bread and he just sinks against this door to his to the floor
I
and
want
puts
to-
his hands over his knees and just watches the cellar.
There.
I
You
want
gotta-
to check if the priest has any bite marks, just in case.
Roll medicine.
I'll let
Based
him
on
hold
what
on to
you
the
can
water
see.
skin as long as he wants. I'll fill it up later.
Yep.
I'm gonna pretend that I'm checking for his health because hey, we are not gonna kill your son, but we need you to be able if we need your help. Let me check you. And I
Yeah, you check this
Try
guy.
making a
He's
check
suffering from multiple levels of exhaustion. He hasn't eaten or really drank anything in almost a week. You're not sure how he's still alive. He looks like he's probably had some water in the past, or he would be dead. But he hasn't eaten anything except for that bread in quite a while. You give him a quick examination, and any skin that is uncovered does not appear to have a bite mark on it. No.
My
I-
divine sense would have been able to check if he was like undead or not.
But it's still good to know that he's, not hiding
Oh, yeah.
something recent.
that he hasn't feed him.
Oh yeah,
There
yeah.
isn't a cut
Where
or
is
something like
the
that.
character sheet for rations? I'm just trying to find it real quick.
It should be
Oh.
in the party section under.
Oh, I keep forgetting your horse's name is Rations.
Yeah, it's under wild
shape / familiars and pets.
Which reminds me, I gotta get rid of one of my rations.
Where again?
So under
For
the
the
player
day.
characters folder, it's in a subfolder right at the top called Wild Shape Familiars and Pets.
Okay, thank you.
And I want to use my wild shape to turn branches into a constrictor snake.
Okay, you do.
So someone must help restraining this guy.
Well,
Wait
if
a
we go
second,
down there, but we're
No,
we're
we
covered.
just seal the door.
We're sealing the door better. We're not going down
He
there.
may dig his way out.
Oh yeah, if we dig his way out, but I mean, right now we're trying to make this door safer to not to have someone not come out of
Yeah,
it.
so that everybody is clear. Is the party direction that you're going to go down into the cellar and try to do something with Doru, or is the party decision that you're going to seal this up and try to engage with this at a later date?
I
Seal
say
it
we
up.
should take care of it now, because like
Fenrin's on seal this up because there's no way we can take care of it now without killing the damn boy.
Let's do a
That's-
party vote in the chat, and that'll be how we settle it. Because it
do
feels
you
like
have a
we
way
might
to?
go around in circles for a little while if we don't do that.
Oh, do you have a way to do that, or do we have to just type what we're
just
doing?
type in what
Yeah.
you want.
yeah. Okay, how about this? Who wants to seal it up? Type in 1. Who wants to take care of him? Type in 2. And 3, 2,
Oh.
1.
Okay, so it's 4 to seal the door and 1 to take care of him.
And one
No,
indecisive.
No, 1 to seal the door, 2 to take care of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Four to
Oh,
seal the
yeah.
door, and 1 to take care of him.
Oh! I thought you said type 4.
Nope. So yeah, it looks like most of the party does not want to take care of this right now.
Not just yet.
So
Partially
yeah,
because I have no spells. You're basically down a member.
you
I have
reinforce this door.
I have cantrips and most of my health missing.
But yeah, so yeah, we've got chains, we got pitons to hammer in. We can try to bring some rubble or other furniture, hang some garlic around so that hopefully it'll repulse him.
Yeah, you take about
Oh,
an
yeah.
hour to seal
Donovan.
off this place with all of the amenities that you'd like to. You do a quick search around the churchyard, and do not see any visible signs of tunneling at this moment in time.
I mean, we're not architects, but
As a paladin, can I consecrate the church?
I would have to look at that. Is that a spell that you would like to use, or is that just something that you would like to try to do?
Yeah, there's something I can try to do because like I have these powers and stuff. I'm not of a specific or I'm part of an order that serves the country.
I think what you're looking for is the Hallow spell.
I don't think I have that spell.
Yeah, I don't
you
believe
don't.
so.
That's what I'm saying. Is that's the spell that does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not at this moment in time.
Yeah, it's a 5th level cleric spell that costs
Oh.
1,000 gold.
1,000 gold.
Yeah.
don't get it from our trader friend. He'll upcharge you.
No, 500 gold.
5,000 gold. Yeah.
I guess what we can do in the meantime is check out the Burgermeister's hut.
And what about the priest?
This guy?
Donovich says that if everything is sealed tighter, he explains to you that he has been more worried about people trying to break in and kill his son rather than his son escaping, but that you've done enough that it would be very difficult for them to get in there at the moment, and so he's going to try to sneak to the inn at nighttime and get some rest and come back the next day a little bit more refreshed. And
You don't have a bed here? Oh, of course, the son's screaming at night. He can't really.
Yeah.
Father!
Do you
Exactly.
want some pie? Should we
Maybe-
give him some pie?
There is
No,
a pie left if you would like to give him the pastry.
Yeah, I
we
think
should.
Callahan has the pie, so he can like hold it to the priest and say, "This is quite nourishing and can bring good."
No, I will not have one of those.
What is it?
I do not know, but I do know that dreadful woman.
What do you mean, dreadful,
Jeez.
Father?
She's extorted so many,
Extorted?
and they've run out of money to pay. What do you think they pay her?
I do not know.
I'm guessing
Nor
favors.
do I, but I will not be beholden to that thing even after all of this sorrow.
Very well then,
Alright.
Father. I hope you can rest easy knowing we've done what we can at the moment, and once we find or know of means to help your son, we shall do so in the best way we can.
And we will be on the path. Speaking of which, Father, we are trying to do some good in Barovia. We need information on maybe how to deal with the undead, which can come useful, and maybe the history of the place. Is there somewhere we can find that sort of information? Maybe a library of the temple that you might keep?
I could tell you a few things, but no, there's only the devil would keep that kind of information. at least all in one place.
We need this kind of information to help your son too. And we might be beaten. I think there are enough vampires in this place.
One is more than enough.
So what are you trying to ask him?
I want to ask him, where can I get this sort of information? Maybe he has
Sorry,
some
what sort of
books
information?
How to help
on
his
the
son?
undead, on the undead, because he's a priest, and maybe the history of Barovia.
Yeah, he doesn't know any more about like vampires and the undead than what Callahan and you have figured out already. He knows that at one time, before this place was put into a demiplane, that people used to worship the Morning Lord and the sun in the morning and all of that. Callahan,
Alright.
can you roll me a religion check?
11.
11. Nope.
Do I know what I was rolling it for?
Nope. There could have been something that rung a bell there, but you're not sure.
My bell hurts.
All right. So, what all would you like to do?
I'm thinking we can go to the Burgermeisters.
Should we go there first or to the house on the northeast side?
I'd say Burgermeisters, since there's demons trying to get into it, and they might get into it before we can.
It seems
Okay.
marginally safer.
Marginally.
I think safe is a word that doesn't carry much weight in these parts.
That's why I added the ER.
We need to go to the ER after this.
I mean, some of you are
Well,
still
there's-
hurt. Yeah, that's true.
There's theoretically people in there. The other one is supposed to be abandoned
Yeah.
with dead bodies. So
I'll throw the rat on my belt, like to an animal, to whatever animal I see on the street.
There are no animals on the street.
Then I throw it in a corner.
You
Oh,
throw it
Valerian,
there.
no, Valerian, don't eat it.
No, it's safe.
I saw a video of a horse eating a chick one time. That was kind of creepy.
Oh, I did not need to know about that.
Did not need to know about that either.
Apparently, they will eat meat sometimes.
Okay, proceeding on. You all walk down to the Burgomaster's mansion. Like I said, the grounds are fairly choked with weeds and such. Now that you're closer, you can discern that there are quite a lot of like wolves' paw prints and footprints, bare footprints in the ground.
Bear.
Yeah, bare feet.
Bear footprints.
Like
not bare
no
as in, like, the
shoes.
animal, no shoes.
Oh
Yeah, shoe.
Oh,
no shoes.
okay. Bear.
man, they were really strict about taking your shoes off.
Haha.
All right.
Hey, keep your entangle spell ready.
The
I
front of the
have it
mansion
ready.
is barricaded, even though it doesn't appear so in this picture.
Could I use my divine sense?
MS Paint one on there.
If you still have charges of it left, you certainly can.
Yeah, 5 charges, and I already used 2, so I'm going to use the third time. I'm really getting my work out of this one, eh?
Hey, some
Yes, and
sessions
so-
you get to use your abilities. Some sessions you don't.
Effects, spellbook. Oh, where is it? Features? Oh, here we go.
When do you use
Alright.
this? Do you use this at the front of the gates?
I use it. I'll save it. I'll use it when I get close to the door.
Okay.
And on the way up, can I kind of perception check to see, does it just look like whatever's attacking goes for the door every night? Does it look like they've tried the windows, gone over the walls?
Oh,
Is there
they've
any
tried the
pattern to it?
windows. They're all barred with planks. Some of them have like stains on them.
Actually, yeah, the picture does show
They're-
planks.
It looks like some of the siding they've tried to set it on fire.
Jeez,
Who is trying to do this? Sorry, I
I don't think we know.
Whatever's been attacking the house at night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
rumored that
okay.
it was servants of the devil. But
Is there smoke coming from the chimney?
no, There is a light,
Okay.
a singular. There are actually no lights on right now. It's the middle of the day.
We did kind of spy one the other day, though.
Yep.
Can we do any trying to peer through the windows
Well, we
You
gotta get
or
up
any
certainly
of the
there
could.
first.
gaps? 'Cause, yeah, I would do that before approaching the doors. Go try to peek in a window or three.
Roll me a dexterity save as you go to peek through one of these windows.
Dexterity save. Okay.
Yep.
It's splinter in the eye.
17.
Yeah. You see something shiny kind of glint out from one of these things as you put your eye up against it, and you lean back just in time as a longsword comes shinking through
Oh, Jesus.
the board of this, and you hear from inside, "Stay back, devils! You won't take me."
We are
No,
not
no.
devils. We
I
are
apologize. I
adventurers.
apologize. I apologize. No, we aren't here to take you. We aren't here to harm you. We aren't with any devils. Calm down.
Who is out there?
My name is Fenrin Quamendi.
And we are the incidents.
Incidentals.
Oh, that's right. The incidentals.
I am Sir Callahan of Cornell. We've recently come from the priest in the church to investigate this building. Did not the Burgermeister once live here?
You are speaking to Irina Kolyana, daughter of the late Burgermeister.
You are quite the subject of him. We've known of many letters, both of warnings and invitations regarding your health.
I think more importantly, perhaps Callahan, we should start with what's been going on here and can we help? May we come inside?
Yes, you may come inside.
Jokes on you, we're actually vampires. Thank you for inviting us in. No.
Don't make that joke. We'll get a
Oh.
longsword in the eyes.
Yeah, I won't make that joke.
You get the feeling that she can see you all. Can tell that you're probably not vampire spawn and are in fact adventurers. But she opens the door's interior and moves some things away, and you see quite a striking woman with long auburn hair, wearing a set of armor and wielding a fairly interesting looking longsword. She ushers you
Wow.
inside, and near the entrance is someone else who also has a longsword. There's a man in here, and he appears to be wearing just normal looking plain clothes, and looks at Irina, says, "Sister, I hope you're making the right decision. I don't know if I trust these people."
You can trust us that we do not like demons, and if there are demons appearing at night, we do not want them too.
This household has been plagued by the devil and his minions for who knows how long. They sent her father into nervous panic. She died of a heart attack 3 days back. He looks over into another room, and you can see that, first off, the interior of this building is rather downtrodden. 1 second.
Standing amidst a precipice of insanity and hubris, a man once regal has fallen to madness. He chants and he shivers amidst the rock and bones, struggling to pick up his pieces.
What?
His might stands bound in the hands of weakness and misery, his focus drowned in his failures.
Is that supposed to be some kind of sick prayer?
We have received, well, it's a portent. We are simply following them, believing that the destination lies in the destruction of you-know-who.
So, the interior of this mansion is well furnished, but everything shows signs of great wear. there are holy symbols in pretty much every room that you can see. In the side drawing room on the floor, there is a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers and a faint odor of decay. Inside of that coffin seems to lie a corpse. Both this man and Irina look at you, and Irina says, "Well, you might be slightly crazy, but maybe you could help us. We'd like to bury our father, but every time we try to leave, well..." And Ismark pipes up and says, "You see, my sister, she has been being courted by the devil, and you cannot enter. He has not been invited, so we've stayed here, but who knows how long this place will still be safe. I do not know if she is safe here." And she says, "I am perfectly fine handling myself, brother. If the devil
Alright,
wants to try to court me, he'll first have to get through me."
Where do you want your father to be buried?
"I think that this cemetery would suffice."
What a coincidence, we were just there.
You could
Before we
send
do,
Father Donovich my regards. I would greatly appreciate it.
We can do so.
and wait, it's just that you have been trying to bury your father, and a demon shows up every time.
Not a demon, the demon. Strahd.
It's not that we couldn't cut him out of here. It's that, well, Strahd has taken an interest in me. He says that he's trying to protect me, was trying to protect my father from the powers of this land or some such, but who can say if that's the truth? My brother here believes that if I were to leave this place to go and bury my father, that he would show up and whisk me away and take me to be his bride, though I have my doubts about that.
I can take him.
We shall be your pallbearers.
Do you know why he wants you to be his bride? You can just try to be undesirable to him, and maybe
You
he'll
are
give
quite
up.
sweet.
She says, while looking at her brother, she says, "Well, he is quite a striking man, but there is something off-putting about him. It's not like I haven't tried, but he is quite persistent. Some such thing about never being able to give me up, and there's nothing that I could do that would convince him not to try to court me, things of that nature."
May I be bold to ask, why don't you leave?
What do you mean leave? Everybody is trapped here in this land. Nobody can
No, I
truly
mean
leave.
somewhere else. You can take another identity.
Yes,
if you
that's what I've
really
been trying
want.
to tell her. Yeah, listen, sister, you need to just go to Balaki, where you're out of his reach, or at least out of his initial reach. He will never know that you left. I'll tell him that you died, or some such. Well, that will never work. He will see right through you. He's a very smart individual, you know.
I see a problem we cannot fix immediately, yet I see another one we can take care of. Is there any other belongings or wishes your father had?
No.
Sask ask any burgers?
She furrows her brow and looks at you and kind of like tightens her grip on her longsword a little bit, and it's like, what do you mean by that?
He was the burger master.
Worry not about my compatriot. His understanding of common is quite limited.
She sighs. She's her longsword and says, "I'm going with you to bury my father." No,
No,
you
that
can't
we'll
go.
do.
Not, if I may be so morbid, I have an idea as to how we could smuggle you out.
She says, "There will be no need. I will be surrounded by plenty of fine, dashing lads and interesting large reptiles. I would like to go by myself, and if the devil decides to appear and try to whisk me away, I am certain that either I or your blades will convince him otherwise. It would not
Do
do
you
for him to kill the guests of the lady that he is
do
trying to court. So let us be off."
we
If you are so certain about that, then I see that we do not have any other choice. But know that, ugh,
we can't beat up Strahd.
no, we
He's
cannot.
much stronger than us. Who do you think we are?
Into saving
No.
that garlic.
Wait, what was her name again?
Irina is her name.
Irina.
The man introduces himself as Ismark. They both appear to be children of the late burgomaster.
Is there anything in your home that can help us? We have received a portent. I hate to say this so soon. Should I tell them about it? Because like, if they know, them like the burgomaster may have an artifact or something.
He may or may not be the right guy, but you can
Well,
mention
he is
it.
the broken man, right? Once regal, that's a burgomaster.
I mean,
Theoretically.
he could be. He could be. We don't know that he is.
We already met the priest, right? He's a priest.
I mean, we're assuming those are the ones from the prophecy. We don't have that confirmed.
Well, it's the closest thing we got to it, right?
He's a person of interest.
Yeah, person of interest, but grain of salt.
I would definitely call him a person of interest.
Do you decide to relay the information that you have received from Madame Ava to these two individuals?
I mean, they seem nice enough, right? They're not working with Strahd, they're directly against him.
Seems like it.
She has no love for him.
No, no. She could be an ally, right?
Hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean, are we really? I hate to say it, but Strahd's a terrible guy, right? We're trying to stay off his radar, but at the same time, we're not directly opposed to Strahd. Like,
Well, at the same time, Irina is like one of the legitimate rulers of this area, right? The burgomaster.
Strahd is
Yeah, but when
more
Strahd,
so than her.
well, I'm just saying it'll be good to have her on our side.
I
Should we
think
ever?
I think she made a surprisingly salient point, though, that it doesn't do for one to slaughter the companions of the one you're trying to woo.
You gotta
Especially
also,
if-
yeah,
is,
yeah.
Will Strahd even hold it against us? This is a child who wants to bury her father.
No,
I'm
I
not
don't think he
ashamed to
would.
help in this. The
Look
fact
at
that
it.
we do this doesn't
Sorry,
mean we
go ahead.
oppose Strahd. It means that we have our own free will here.
We're not doing something he would unapprove of. We're not causing waves. We're keeping our nose clean. Someone says, "Hey, I want to bury a person." Okay. Look at it from his twisted logic. We're just helping people out.
We're not acting against his interests.
Yeah, but we might get dragged to this.
But we're not right now. And doing
Uh,
this will not get us there. We can help them.
all right, and may I ask why were you barricading the house? Was
Because the
Strahd
demons were
trying
getting
to?
in.
Yeah, but okay, you have the demon, and then you have the demons.
You all are
Who are the
collaborating here on
demons?
the other side, and you hear from across the room. Are you almost done? I would very much like to get this over with.
Yes, yes. I think the time of deliberation is over. Let's escort her father and bury them.
I
And
can I
Hawthorne,
just
you
ask?
are
I
aware of
want.
the
Uh,
concept of minions, correct?
Okay, yeah, but fine. In the end, it doesn't matter. Uh, can I just do something just in case? I explained to her. I want to use a spell, so if someone ill-intended want to do something with our father, they can't raise him. It's
Oh
a
yeah. Now this
that's a
will
good
work.
gentle
idea.
Yeah.
repose.
Yeah, this is a good idea.
I'm gonna cast the gentle repose as a ritual.
Yeah, she'll allow it, and she'll wait
And
for
I
you to finish doing that.
yeah.
Ah, that's a good use of the spell.
Agreed.
Ismark is like hovering over your shoulder as you're doing all of this, making sure that you're not doing anything untowards. But they do let you cast the spell.
No, it's I guess like a prayer. Like you're gonna back to earth. Nobody is gonna mess with your body. Your soul is protected.
At most, you get like
And
a mushroom here and there.
yeah, but they are
And
pretty.
into a
They're
flicker.
colorful. And then we can go.
Ismar pulls me aside. What's with the mushrooms? I'm like, just don't ask.
All right.
All right,
You set
I'm
up this. You set up this coffin, probably in the back of Rations' cart, I would assume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Otherwise, you can carry it if you'd like, but you slowly make your march over to the church. As you're leaving, though, Ismark makes a comment to his sister and says, "Sister, I don't. Some of you can overhear this. Sister, I don't. How can we trust them? Look at that one's mount. Don't you see? They've already taken gifts from him. How can you trust them like this?" And she says, "It's quite clear, brother. He's trying to dig his claws into them like he tries to dig his claws into everyone around here. I'm not surprised. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're working for him. You need to have a little bit more faith in people." Just like shrugs and shakes his head.
Our mouths.
Mount.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard mouth.
Yeah, sorry, I was whispering a little bit there. So
No,
maybe
no,
they're
no. I
harder
get
to
it.
hear.
No, I get it now. That makes perfect sense.
Yep. So you bring this procession through the main road. Let me go on back to our main screen here after I clear out these little handouts. And let's just go back to the city first. And as you're going through this town, there are people kind of like gawking at you and pointing and whispering, right, as they would, because you're very clearly carrying the coffin of the late burgomaster up to the church to be buried. You hear some sobbing coming from a building to your left of you as you pass through the main area here, and eventually arrive back at the church. There is a gate that leads around to the backside. To take you to the graveyard, and I'm assuming that you want to go right there, because
Could I let the father or priest know that we're burying the burgomaster?
yeah, you can take a quick step in. He's still here. It looks like he'd been gathering his things while you all were away.
Yeah. I'll just say, like, Father, we may require your services. We need to conduct the last rites of the late burgomaster.
Oh, I'd heard that he'd died. I can certainly assist. My son has been quiet. I don't know if you did something, but I'm grateful for the silence, at least for now.
Where
Hey,
the
and
try
I've
try
got a
to
shovel.
always
It didn't even
where
occur
are
to
the
me.
garbage?
He probably even had one. It didn't even occur to me. Oh well, it's not a bad thing to have on Sosk's thing.
Yeah, so you go to the back here. It appears that a mound of dirt has already been cleared to the side, almost in preparation of this. Ismark and Irina look to each other, curious about this, and Donovich looks in confusion and consternation. It doesn't appear like any of those three dug this hole.
I think we should do this somewhere else.
Wait, like, was this hole dug from the outside or inside?
This is a hole in the ground for the purposes of burying a corpse. There is a bottom to it.
Listen, when in doubt, Strahd, okay?
Yeah, let's bury
Oh.
him somewhere else.
Well, is it-
No.
Is
it's
there a headstone at
There
this spot, or is it
is
just a hole?
headstone at this spot, and it reads Kolyan Indirovich, loving father and leader.
Perhaps
Sounds
this is
like
Strahd's way of saying farewell to a trusted burgomaster. In any case, I see we should not let this go to waste.
The headstone actually is engraved with a shiny yellow substance that could be gold. It is a remarkable looking headstone. For anybody who knows stonework, it is made out of a dark obsidian like material. So clearly not obsidian, for that is
I
far
knew it
too
should have been a
rare.
dwarf.
It is probably the best looking headstone in this entire graveyard.
Can,
Nice.
Something
can
tells me there's
someone
irony to this.
so. He's being a good boy, so I think we should just bury our
can,
our
s-
friend here. And
can someone just use detect magic to see if
gosh, guys,
there's
don't. Okay.
No, I agree. Let's bury him here. That's fine. We already gentle proposed him. Let's not overthink this.
okay.
All right. So you proceed to bury him. Donovich goes through some basic ceremony regarding the Morning Lord, even though you feel like his heart's probably not in it at this point. And Irina and her brother list off some last words. What are the rest of you doing while all this is happening? Anybody doing anything specific?
Sosk is filling in holes.
Callahan's gonna cast Divine Sense.
Okay.
Just to see where like both the sun is and if to see if anybody else is watching from the distance.
I'm at parade rest, but keeping alert. Perception check alert, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand what you're saying.
I'm right there with him. You know,
Callahan, you're too far
paying
away from the
respects.
church to properly divine sense Doru, but you do sense an undead about 30 feet behind you.
I'll turn around.
It's Sosk.
You
It's
turn around.
Sosk.
You turn around, and there's nothing there.
Hmm.
But you're looking at a specific spot, pretty much like right here, and you feel like there's something undead that should be standing there, but you don't see anything.
Okay.
Does he
Empty
mention?
space.
Are you going to mention something like that?
No, I was just gonna stare at it hard. Cause like Callahan knows that creatures can turn invisible, right?
I mean,
Ugh.
there are spells like that.
Yeah, so it's probably Strahd. Obscuring his vision.
I have a friggin' spell that does something that helped that, but I don't have it now because I'm too tired.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
look over and say, "What you looking at?"
Just another guest.
Oh, hi, guess.
No, he'll just look at him and say he does not want to be seen.
Oh, okay.
If it were Strahd, wouldn't he be getting the
Yeah,
Montezuma's revenge? It would be really bad. Maybe, I don't know. Sorry, I'm
Wait, what?
metagaming a little. Last time you looked at Strahd with that, you got sick. You got like physically ill almost when you used that sense.
Yeah, he did.
But I was like on the table next to him. He's like 30 feet away now.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that matters.
Well,
I hope
it's
so.
certainly much less pervasive than it was when you were looking at Strahd.
I don't know.
Whether
Sorry,
that's
I'm just...
because there's something there that is obscuring that, or if it's somebody else, you're not necessarily sure. So, if nobody does anything else, everything
Yeah,
ends fairly quickly.
Just a just a respectful funeral.
Yeah, nothing untoward happens. Everything proceeds as normal. And
I give a snappy military salute when it's done, that kind of thing.
I put a little flask of creatures to help with the decomposition. If
you
I'm
do that
allowed to.
openly in front of everybody.
You know that
Not a
that
good
gets.
idea.
You know that gets. Well, first off, you cast a spell to not cause that.
Yeah, it's true.
Should not cause decay, but okay, all right. I
Also,
feel that
The last two
people
times you
will
did
get
that,
mad off at me.
the last two times you did that, it caused a problem.
It did?
Well,
I don't remember
well, the
that.
last two
That's
times you did it
okay.
were not around other people, and I don't think.
oh
that,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it necessarily caused a problem. But this time
Okay,
it
we.
might.
Yeah, they were.
I guess everybody will get mad at me, so I don't.
Well, there's two people here who don't know you do that. But anyway, I apologize. Also, he's in a casket. It might not work.
Yeah,
And
I
he's
would
under.
bury the glass.
It's
in-
more of a, it's more of a
Oh.
ceremonial thing. Like, hey, here's some
Oh,
extra
that's different.
bugs.
Yeah, they might not crawl out of there. I see what you
Pour
mean.
one out for the fallen.
Okay, I get it. They might not do anything.
But it also might not be appreciated. You don't know.
Yeah, why
I
is he
make a
pouring?
small prayer?
Yeah, why is he pouring out maggots on the dirt? Again, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you give whatever prayer you would like to.
Throws a mushroom at it.
I ask that Sylvanas may deliver this man back to nature
Yeah.
Heal eyes.
wherever he is.
What was the guy's full name again? Burgomeister something?
Burgomaster Kolyan Indirovich.
Heal eyes. Koyan Dilovich. Trusted leader and good.
Nothing like what I said.
Listen, this is Callahan trying to do the thing. It's like, heal eyes, a good father, a good leader, and someone who would leave this town in good hands.
Those of you with a passive perception score higher than 15 notice
Nope.
that Irina has noticed something and is walking over back in that direction.
Where the
They had
undead
looked
is?
Before.
I'm gonna put a hand on her shoulder and I'll just like look at her.
She says, "What?"
You nuts? Nope. Don't go there.
She narrows her eyes. She says, "Why?"
Something is there. It's hidden from our gaze, but it's there.
Trust me, I know. Then she walks over.
I'll walk with her.
Veneral
I'm
kind of move
walking
in that
with-
direction.
I'm walking with him.
Okay,
I'm
so it's like
sauced.
everybody coming around here.
No,
I'm
I'm just
staying like 20 feet back.
I
but
don't.
I'm
s- I
staying
don't. See,
within help.
I don't see a map. I just
Okay.
see. I still see just the.
Yeah, we don't have a map.
Yeah,
We're
I know,
just-
you just have the scene. That's fine.
I turn around. I'm watching what everyone's doing, but I'm not going to walk up there. I'm just.
All right, who's directly
One is walking
with
to a
Irina
random
and-
direction.
So you guys can stay away and be like between 20 and 30 feet away, right? So who's walking directly with Irina? It's
I'm
just
walking
Callahan,
directly with
right?
Irina.
I mean, I take a step or two forward just to see what they're doing, but I'm not going to get up there.
Okay.
Sosk is
Yeah, so-
enjoying the dirt.
I'm following Theron like a few meters away
Well,
because
and I'm staying
where
like
the
20,
hell
30 feet.
are they walking to?
Oh, you're at curiosity distance.
About halfway to
Yeah.
this little crypt. Irina turns to you, Callahan, and she says, "I do not need a chaperone, Sir Callahan. You may stand here. This is fine."
I'll stand close by. Let's just
You're
have
not
his hand on the
chaperone.
pommel.
She continues walking over to this crypt and goes around the side of it. So she is standing in clear view of you though, and looks over to you and just kind of gives you a nod, like, "I'm standing here for a reason." And she looks like she's talking to somebody on the other side of that crypt. She talks for
what's going on?
a good minute or two. And if nobody interrupts, she comes back to the group.
Everything
Hey.
alright, Irina?
Yes, everything is perfectly fine.
Would you
Has
like to
that
be
happened?
escorted back to the manor?
Ismark overhears this and walks over and says, Sister, you should really go to Valaki. You should not stay here. It is dangerous. And she says, Brother, if I go, will you stop hounding me about it? I'm going to go there. Things are going to be no different. And then I'm going to come back and help you lead this town. He kind of like gives this consternation. And he says, Sister, I know that you are not going to listen to reason, but yes, if you would humor me, go there, see that it is safer. If it is safer, then please stay. Listen, and he gets closer to her and says, you could go all the way to Kresk, maybe the Abbey there. Maybe they would be able to help. Listen, I just want you to get as far away from Ravenloft as you can. Please, for me, sister. Don't trust him. How can anybody trust the devil like you trust him? And she looks at the rest of the group and she says, I will not be needing an escort back to my home. However,
Can we follow you to your home then?
She
That's
was still
called escorting.
talking. That's called stalking.
Nah, yeah, I was going to try to
Hopper,
explain
like,
this.
let her finish.
However, when you deem it necessary to go to Valaki, I would very much like to accompany you to satisfy my dear brother's concerns, if you would not mind.
Yeah, that thing can work. We'll go
Traveling
there
as a group is
soon.
safer.
Indeed, it would be. And with that, I must make my adieu. There are many things to do and plan. I'm sure that my brother would agree. Given that now our father has properly passed, he must take on the mantle of burgomaster.
Well, hopefully the beasties leave you alone.
They should. And she walks off, back towards the village with her brother. Donovich kind of haggers off after them, quickly has a conversation with them as they're walking out, and continues back into the church to finish his preparations before he leaves, leaving you all back in the back of the cemetery by yourselves.
Okay, so I can't be the only one who thinks that was strange. Strahd's been trying to get in the house, but suddenly they leave, come here, bury the body. The man himself's here, they have a nice conversation, and she's confident the creatures won't attack. Does that seem a little bit off to any of you?
Perhaps you
Mm,
wanted a conversation with him.
yes and no. Nobility is weird like that. They play by their own rules. He probably thinks it's polite or a gift to let her mourn or something like that. He gave her a gift of a pleasant burial, especially someone like Strahd.
Sask noticed how nice the stone was. Sask thinks stone is nice.
Sask has actually got a good insight into this. It would be impolite to attack somebody when they're trying to bury their family.
Deceased.
Exactly.
Is there anything we can do at the moment? We've checked at the Burgermeister's home. Perhaps we can check there once more. The church we've done, or at least put away for the moment.
Put a pin in it, so to speak.
There's
What
still
must
that last house, but
We could check on it before some arbitrary time limit causes us to. We have a half an hour game time left. We can scope it out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Set
Well,
ourselves
also,
up.
as
what I was going to say is we also might, depending on what time of day it was, we might want to consider resting because I'm still hurt and Wintrow's pretty useless.
Hey, I can fling
Oh, you-
insults at people.
Yeah, and you can stab.
I also have all my I have all of my bardic inspirations left. I never used any. I think I used maybe one.
Also, as the GM, just keep in mind, I have made one thing like very clear of the things that you have left to do. But there could be hidden things, right, that you haven't asked questions about, or
Oh, of course, there's
haven't
tons of
stumbled
those.
across that could still be available to do here that you may or may not be able to do at a later date. All depends. And I'm not saying that because there is or is not. I'm just letting you know.
We look at the
I
spot.
think I
I'm
think we
just
should
Go ahead.
I think we should check the Burgermeister's house at night because that's when stuff happens. Just in case, we can just walk
like-
by, see if everything's okay, and go away if nothing's happening.
I was curious if we could like glance at the spot where the undead was standing, just if there's like footprints there. Just curious. I don't expect to like track the thing. I was just curious.
I'm not sure if Callahan relayed that information to everybody, did he?
Oh no, you're right. Forget it. Never mind then. Don't worry about it.
Callahan certainly could have, so if Callahan would
No,
like
it's
to...
it's not a problem.
Okay.
Well, at most, then I would have wandered behind the crypt just to see if I could see if someone was back there. But I'm not really that concerned about it.
It was very clear that she had a conversation. So if you want to look and see if there are footprints there, you can.
Yeah.
Do I still sense them?
No, well, it's been around, so you certainly don't sense anything. And also, you say him, but it's still not clear whether or not that was Strahd.
Yeah, that's just a guess on our part. I'll take a second to look back there, but it's more of a curiosity thing since there doesn't appear to be danger.
Yeah, just very quickly, make me a survival check just to kind of distinguish things from the muddy footprints, because this is along kind of the main path that you would have used to go in and out.
Absolutely. Give me a second here. Oops, I clicked the thing that lets me edit it. Yeah, I see a bunch of footprints.
Yeah.
My heart wasn't in it anyway.
All right. So what are you all doing? Are you going to try to go to the house, or are you going to try to go back to the manor and scope it out for nighttime, or are you going to go and rest for a little bit, or maybe a combination of those?
I think we should scope out because that has some sort of time limit.
Agreed.
Like something. And I can just heal Callahan while we are doing this.
Well, the issue is not that Callahan is hurt. The issue is that Fenrir is hurt a little bit, and also Quintro is hurt, but doesn't have any spell slots because he was not able to rest. Also, Quintro is suffering from a level of exhaustion, which is not a good thing.
Yeah, my skill checks are not skill checks. It's oh, what is it? Let me see here. Disadvantage on ability checks, which isn't the worst thing, but I mean, if he starts saying, "Hey, I need you to make a dex check," I don't need to be failing those.
But like that survival check you just rolled should have been at disadvantage.
Is that an ability check or is that a?
Yeah.
Yep.
Skill checks or ability checks.
Oh well, a 6 is pretty darn low. So.
Well, no, I'm just saying keep that in mind that any of those is disadvantage while you've got a point of exhaustion.
Oh, look at that! That was a 6. No,
yeah,
I get you.
Yeah.
I thought it would have automatically done that. I didn't catch that. Oh yeah, okay.
Yep.
And if you're much higher, oh yeah. Ooh, it gets pretty mean when you get higher up there.
Yes, it does.
I just clicked 5 for fun. Your speed is dropped to 0.
Yes. So, yeah, what are you all doing?
What time of the day is
About
right
noon.
now? Oh, okay. We can check the house and try to make sure that we are like free by night to scope out the Burgermeister home
I'm
to
not sure
see
if they want
anything
to do that, right?
Well, they didn't want us to follow us back, but
Right. But
there's a difference between like, I don't know, happen to walk by and notice, yeah, you got wolves attacking your house. And,
we could
Are
scope
we
out
gonna check
that
out the? Sorry.
that place.
The what place?
That place.
Place with the
merchant told us
dead
to check out?
bodies?
Yeah.
Oh, so you want to go check out that place?
yeah, we may not have
Let's
time to
go
do
there.
much with it, but we can take a look. Yeah.
All right. One
I'm guessing
moment.
it's this house up here
It is a
in
house.
the upper. I don't know. Just based on the map, I'm guessing
Yeah,
it's
the
this one in the
right
upper right.
is correct. Yeah, it's that one.
He said the northeast, and I was just assuming it was that one.
One moment.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so you sorry. You walk up to this house.
Walk
and,
nothing. I'm taking
there's
cat
a
naps
raw
in the.
iron gate with
Anyway.
hinges. And a
Ooh,
raw iron fence.
this house
in
is
fact.
nicer.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's a very nice little house. There's a little plaque on one of the sides of that gate that says Durst Manor. Oil lamps.
This is a Durst.
Oil lamps appear to be hanging from inside. There is a door and it is open. You can slightly see inside of this house. The chimney is running. Some lights are on in the upper floors.
Sosk would like to look at the composition of the house. Is it all brick?
It appears to be.
What did if I recall? Did he say this place was haunted or abandoned or both?
He said haunted.
Oh, so it isn't necessarily abandoned.
Isn't necessarily.
That's what
Yeah,
I was
but
trying to remember.
Sosk would like to look at. See, all the other houses were ramshackled and
Yeah.
wooden.
This
And
one
this
is
one's
definitely
stone.
nicer. Yep.
I mean,
Do you guys have pittons?
what?
The things that you hit into you.
Pythons.
Python.
Yeah. Sorry.
Python.
When he said pittance, I thought of the Mary Poppins thing.
Sorry.
Or pittance. Not Mary Poppins. I was thinking like a small amount of coins. I'm like, yeah, I got a couple of coins.
Oh,
What do you think?
Take a sample of the rock just to. I have a feeling about this rock.
What?
Sorry, which rock? What are you talking about?
Like the
I'm
outside
confused.
door.
If you've got a
Oh.
hammer, you could crack a piece off.
Oh yeah, you absolutely could.
Let's do that.
Yeah, all right, yeah, you take a rock sample of this exterior gate.
People watching you are like, what the hell?
No, not the exterior gate, but the.
Oh, the rock
actual
of the house.
Yeah.
Oh, so you walk into the
Not walk
Yard.
into the house, but walk on the grounds
on the grounds. Okay.
where the house is and just whack it with a
Mallet or whatever you got.
rock
Does
mallet.
anybody follow Sosk while he does this?
I look at him a little curiously.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what he's doing.
Yeah, I feel like we're all just standing at the gate watching this happening, scratching our heads.
Yeah, you go and crack a little chunk out of the house.
Is it like a brick or red
Yeah,
brick?
it's just normal brickwork.
Oh, okay.
The house comes alive and smacks him. Roll for initiative.
Shit.
The enemy
that
it's a
moving
mimic.
monster house.
It's the.
I thought for a second it would be like some kind of giant what do you call it, mimic.
Oh,
Though Sosk, you as you're
Hi.
walking to get this little chunk, you can see a little bit inside, and you see a bunch of feathers on the floor in front of the open door.
does the place look taken care of? I mean,
From what you can see, yeah, it looks pretty similar to this image that you see here on the scenes page.
I mean, even the best houses in Barovia look a little like they don't care about their front yards.
No, this place looks like it's been well manicured. Everything is in order. Looks like the people here are rather well off.
Can we just knock?
Yeah, let's
Well,
knock.
the door is open.
Well,
No, but let's be
Well, I'm
polite.
gonna use my last divine sense for the day.
Sure, can you give me the spell card again?
Yes.
You might even want to do that one up at the front door.
Well, yeah, I'll be right by the front door.
There are no undead celestials or fiends. There are no beings near you like that. And this ground is not consecrated or desecrated.
That's rather odd. I
See
don't
something
sense any.
flickering. There's something flickering on this door. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Sorry, that's just a graphical error. That's not actually.
Yeah, I
not
was
actually
pretty
a
sure
thing.
it
Okay.
wasn't. Yeah, it's one of those pixel perfect good click puzzles.
Yeah, there's just something clipping on the other side of that for some reason.
Okay.
But,
Yeah. It's because it has even some level of glare. Like
I understand.
it's really bright. Well, okay, we can knock on the door.
The door is open.
Well, I know that, but maybe someone will
I'm
answer.
knocking.
Yeah, you knock at the door, and nobody answers.
All right. Well, we tried.
Though you can at this point, like you're right next to the door. You see that there's an open door. You peer inside, and there is in here. There are oil lamps hanging from the portico ceilings by chains, flanked by a set of oaken doors in the grand foyer. On the south wall of the foyer, there's a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms, with a stylized windmill and a red field, flanked by framed portraits of stony-faced aristocrats. Mahogany-framed double doors lead from the foyer to the main hall, and are set with panes of stained glass. One moment here, because there is more that I need to talk about here, but I need to get to the get to looking at something else here really quickly before I do that. One second. I gotta verify something.
No problem.
I
Yeah,
still
so,
think it's a
there's a
minute.
checkerboard foyer, kind of sitting right in the middle here. And you can see by peering through the doors that on the floor in front of this room is many white feathers, and lots of blood. There are immediate chunks of something strewn about this floor, covering what would otherwise be an immaculate marble and whatever this black stone is, checkerboard pattern with an intense amount of blood. You notice that one small piece of this chunk has this set of chunks rather has a blue sapphire earring attached to it.
Uh oh. Previous party may have stayed here.
I think whatever killed them will appear as soon as we get inside.
is there a way to keep this door open?
You
I
could
can
try to
Well, I mean, we got
remove.
the pythons.
yeah, you could try to
Pitons.
tighten it open. That's certainly possible.
Because I have a feeling inviting door not so inviting in a haunted house.
I think here
Or
is going to be a good time to stop.
no, I'm scared.
So, with all that
So
being said,
spooky.
I hope you all had an excellent session. Now is the time where we talk about how it went, how y'all liked it, and open up the floor to the chat to throw
how
in their 2
spoopy.
cents on stuff.
How spoopy it was.
Very spoopy.
Yeah, I basically had no trust for anything that was going on the entire time.
To a fault almost. You're like,
I do not trust this gravestone.
yeah, check the grave for traps, and it's like, oh, come on. I mean, even me, I'm
No,
like,
no,
yeah.
I made not a trap, but a spell.
No, you're right. At a certain point, I was like, I'm gonna check the gravestone and like, let's dig a new grave. It's like, yeah.
Jerry says,
No, I mean-
it's clearly a trap that makes it one of the safer options in Barovia. You're absolutely correct.
Well, that's something that's at least pretending not to be anything but. You see the Venus flytrap, you're like, okay, at least it's not lying to us.
Time to just, take a hammer to each and every floorboard.
Yeah, we can just dismantle the house.
Well, the funny thing is
it's an option. Like we're gonna do the what's the home renovation thing?
Oh, the house
Look,
flippers.
House flippers. Yeah, we'd be house flipping in Barovia.
But
Oh god, I can see that with a
just
haunted
stumbling
house.
over.
We got this 30-pound, we got this 15-pound sledge. This ghost doesn't want us to leave, so we just smashed the floorboard. The ghost, it's like, come on, man, come on, just leave. I opened all the doors. You're screwing with me. No, this countertop's gotta go.
Hey, it's me, Discount Dan. I'm here to sell you some quests. Would you like to go to a haunted house and go to a place where a bunch of adventurers have previously died horribly? Well, I'm the guy to give you that place. You get to go there, and either you die or you come back with stuff for me to buy, because I told you about this place.
Oh God! How many adventurers died in this house?
Well, if you fully explore it, you might find out.
Listen, the fact that my divine sense isn't telling me anything is scary.
It should be.
It's probably a creature. It has
Definitely
feathers.
a creature.
I'm Discount Danovich, and I'm here to screw you over.
God. That 15-pound sledge? Yeah, it's 15 pounds of feathers. Compressed into a plastic
Oh God! What creature uses feathers?
thing. What creature doesn't?
Well, whatever it is, it's certainly dead.
No. Oh, maybe it could be a dead Aarakocra.
Harpy.
I think that's probably a pretty good guess.
Feather golem.
It's very like once you guys enter, you're gonna know it's a dead Aarakocra. It's in little bits and pieces all on the
Hey, I'm
ground.
smart.
I like the feather golem better.
Yeah, we can blow it over.
This is actually just where they pluck all the chickens in Barovia. It's just all the dead gore is. This is actually just the chicken battery farm.
It's just a dude who slapped a bunch of their pillows on him for armor. Just got completely eviscerated.
If it is an Aarakocra, do we have oil? Because I have heating metal as a spell. We can deep fry some chicken.
I have a thing of oil. I don't know if we can want to eat it. It's probably.
Yeah, I don't think lamb
hate,
oil.
I
the
hate that
meantime.
half the party is like totally okay with eating sentient creatures. Like that
I'm not
fucks
okay
me
with
up.
it.
That fucks me
I'm
up.
not either.
That's why I said half.
I'm okay.
Are Aarakocras sentient?
Yes.
Well, they talk. They're humanoids that yell at you.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a giant chicken.
No,
Well, it's a
they
chicken.
are-
They can be player characters,
It's a
bro.
chicken man.
Yeah,
It's a bad
playable
idea.
race.
You're thinking no. There's another creature like that was in the Fiend Folio.
Would you not eat a cow if it had a human face?
Listen, if a cow could talk to me, I would not eat
It had
the cow.
thumbs.
If the cow
Oh.
had thumbs, I would not. If the cow could use a bow, I would not eat the cow.
That was in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. No, they use the steak could come over and ask how you wanted to cook it.
That's horrifying.
Well,
Yeah, and the one guy's like, I'm gonna eat a salad.
just to make something clear, I'm not okay with eating sentient things. I'm very okay with eating anything, though.
I'll eat your
just not
sentient
sentient
beans.
things. Yeah, I try
So
to
picky.
ignore that Sosk is okay with it because, well, you don't eat humans because you're human, but he's not human, so it's not the same.
Sosk would eat
Fenrir
other
will-
lizardmen.
See, Fenrir would not eat elf, but
Yeah, but that's humanoid. It's
Look,
just
I'll eat your
in
elf
humor.
too. Come on.
Just in years.
Just
It's a
in years.
delicacy.
no, he wouldn't
Damn
eat elf.
elves.
He'd eat any other sentient species.
All right, crew. I think this is a good place to call it. We're gonna end
I
the stream
posted in
here.
chat the creature I was thinking.
I
I have no idea how to
can't-
pronounce that. It was in the Fiend Folio. It's a giant four-legged chicken of death.
I would imagine it would be Achairai, but
Oh Jesus! I just looked at it and they redid the picture, and it's some of them are pretty cool looking, and some of them are just scary.
I'm gonna leave this note on our outro music because I had the time to put one in today. But otherwise, we're gonna call it here. We're gonna see y'all later. If you want to listen to that track, it should now be. It's not gonna be visible because we're not on the right scene. We're listening to Stalker's Tango by Autoheart. For those of you who want to listen in. Otherwise, we are going to see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.
Drink some beer.